They got ears in the static, watch it. Silk ties, steel eyes, gold pins, black magic, facts. What's understood? We don't say. Yeah, yeah, let's go. I'm the glitch and successful. Misprint on they dotted lines. Shadow scripting in code. Go. True tucked in a hotter rhyme. Pulling stripe in the king's crown. Slip from the hovering span. Flip the plot in a second. Chest boy when the palms will land. Checkmate. Keep your ships on their secrets. Feel deep where the paper bends. Every beat's like a chord date. Verdict when the day look ends. Order. Cryptic ink on the paper. Truth coded so the feds can't reach. Every hook's like a back alley with a black bag's out of reach. Low key. Burning holes in the rover. Pay flames that escape the cage. Burn it. When they pull back the curtain. I'm the fire that breaks the plague. Tear it. You can feel my name in the baseline, never say. You can feel my name in the baseline, never say. They don't want me standing on business. They don't want me talking like the realest. They don't want my fans to really listen. I speak so much truth, they only fear it. I'm turning up the bass so y'all can feel it. Everybody's a weapon, yeah, I'm yielding. They hide in the dark, but I reveal it. Name on the till, but you can spill it. Red pen revision, slash lines and they doctrine stack. Cut it. Masked off the mask of that image, stepping in concrete flex. Mask off, chest trap, 8 lead, pawns card, and the next big guess. Check. True tray, sharp, cut deep through the guard is best vest.
I'm coming up in here. I know it's been a while since I went live, but I'm live, man. Man, in the lab. Let's go. Let's go. We about to get it. Coming up in here, hit that like button. Hit the likes up.
Bar spit with flame tips, spark lines that ignite this kid. Hide that crown, but the rust still eats that frame. Paint those trends, but the white still speak the same. Wait. Ooh, we don't speak their name, but the air still hums. Every truth's a risk when the nightfall comes. In the light they hide while the dark still rings. Every gold crown bleeds when it hides those canes. They don't want me standing on business. They don't want me talking like the realest. They don't want my fans to really listen.
No, they don't.
I speak so much truth, they only fear it. Turning up the bass so y'all can feel it. Everybody's awake, but yeah, I will it. They hide in the dark, but I reveal it.
I'm good, brother. I'm good. I'm good. It's been a while, man, but been in the lab with a pen and a pad. I'm back, though. I'm back. Y'all get the likes up, man. We about to get started here in a minute. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. FBA Wolfie, what's good?
They don't want me standing on business. They don't want me talking like the realest. They don't want my fans to really listen. I speak so much truth, they only fear it. I'm turning up the bass so y'all can feel it. Everybody's awake, but yeah, I wield it. They hide in the dark, but I reveal it. You already know, facts. The notorious. Hey.
Been in the lab with a pen and a pad. I'm back. I had to banana myself for a while, y'all, but I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, man, been working. When I tell you I've been working, man, I've been working for the fam, man. When I tell you I've been working for the fam. FBA, stand up. Got some announcements for the family. We about to do it bigger and better than ever. I want you to understand that. We are about to do it bigger and better than ever. We about to do it bigger and better. It's our time. I just want y'all to understand that, man. It's our time, family. And you know, I apologize for having to step away for a little while. I didn't want to step away for that long. I was just so focused. Family. We got a lot that we got going on. We got a lot going on, family. I mean, there's a lot. Man, trust me, there was things I wanted to come on here and just, there was topics I wanted to talk about, things happening. I wanted to, family, but I said, you know what? I got to get this done. Family. Listen to what I'm telling you, family. We are about to explode. You understand me? FBA, the renaissance we're in right now, listen, it's game over. For anybody who comes against us, it's game over. I just want y'all to understand and know it's game over. The things I've been oh my God. Listen, family. I don't know who's working hard like this for the family. I really don't. I'm sure there are. I'm sure there's people, other FBI, I'm sure there are other grassroots movements going on, and they're making strategies, they're making plays. But if they ain't coming with stuff like, if they ain't coming with the stuff like this, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know. I'm telling you, I just don't know. But anyway, let's get to it, family. Y'all know what it is, man. Get the likes up. Let's try to get to 10K likes. I might bring people up a little early. You know, it's been a while since I've been up, so I don't know. People don't know I'm back. You know, people don't know I'm back, but I'm back. I'm here. Okay. This is the Too Much Moxie podcast. I'm your humble host, Too Much. Today we're diving into something that's not just an idea. It's survival. You understand? It's not just an idea, it's survival. It's strength. It's our shield. Our sword. We diving back into the code, family. The power of the code. I want y'all to understand the power of FBA Code. Let me tell you something. And I learned this probably back in the early 2000s when I was in financial services, right? The mark of a good leader is its predecessor. See, it's one thing to be like, I'm a leader, everybody follow me, I can do it on my own, I'm going to put you on my back. It's one thing to talk like that and be like, you know, I'm a leader, everybody follow me. But the mark of a good leader, the sign of a good leader is its predecessor. Who is next up? See, the enemy's been trying to break us for centuries, family. They took leaders like Malcolm, Martin, Fred, but they could never take the code. I hope you're walking with me. I hope you're following me on this. Listen. The sign of a good leader is its predecessor. They can stay, okay, you're a leader, and they can just start picking us off. But the mark of a good leader is a code that becomes the leader. Let me say that again. The mark of a good leader is he just doesn't leave you hopeless, helpless without him or without her. They leave you a set of principles. They leave you a code that's stronger than anything. Anything, family. That's stronger than anything. They can take the physical body from you, but they can't take the word. They can't take the principle. They can't take the code from you, family. They could never take the code. The code is what kept us alive, family. When everything else was meant to bury us, we had the code. The code. You ever seen that movie with Denzel Washington? What's that movie? What's the name of the movie? I don't want to go blank right now. But in the movie with Denzel Washington, they were looking for a particular book. And it was like post-apocalyptic. And they knew if they got their hands on this book, that the book will control the people. Listen, even the scriptures talk about the word being in you. That's the power. It's not enough that you got a savior. It's not enough that you got a savior. He left you the scripture. He put his word, he hid his word in you. And that's power. Well, family, we got the code. Not only do we got the word, okay, so a lot of us are men and women of faith. We got the word, but you got the code. And when you get that code in here, it doesn't matter who's a leader or who's not. You no longer need a leader. You become a leader to yourself when you follow the code. Everybody who follows the code becomes influential, becomes a leader. The code is how we know when other people are off code. So even when, even me, let's say I'm standing on business. Let's say I'm standing on business for the family. But then one day out of nowhere, a different doctrine just kind of seeps in. You start hearing me talk about we don't need reparations. The moment I say that, family, you know that's off code. And you know not to listen to me. You know y'all need to have an intervention. Y'all need to sit me down and y'all need to talk to me and be like, what the hell happened? And if the intervention don't work, y'all know to wash your hands on me. This brother is off code. See, that's why the code is so amazing. That's why this code is so amazing, family. Because the moment people come in and they're talking different from the code, man, you drop the ball. You drop the ball. And we can't listen, we can't follow, we can't even pay attention to you right now. That's why the code is so powerful, family. The code is everything. The code is everything. This ain't about celebrity figures. It's not about a party. It's not even about politics, family. This is about the lineage of foundational Black Americans and the code we live by. Without it, without the code, we're food. We're food. We're food for other groups to come in, infiltrate, smack us around, cosplay, you know, take advantage of our kindness for weakness. You know, without the code, we're not strong. We're strong. Listen, no man is an island. No man or woman is an island. We need the code. The code needs us. 50 million foundational Black Americans on code is true power. Nothing's more powerful than a united front. Nothing's more powerful than an open hand becoming a closed fist. And when someone gets in the direction of that fist when it's swinging, they get hit. And they learn. They're like, oh, we don't want to come up against these foundational Black Americans anymore. They're too strong. They're too bold. They stand on business too much. It's about foundational Black Americans and the code that we live by. Without it, we're food. With it, we're family. We're a nation. And we're unstoppable. We're unstoppable, family. We're unstoppable. So let's break it down real quick. What is the FBA code so we understand what it is again? The FBA code is simple and powerful, family. It's simple yet powerful. And if we do this, if we just understand these 5 principles, nothing can stop us. 4 principles, nothing can stop us. Number 1, we got to stand on truth. Don't let anyone rewrite who we are. We got to stand on truth. Standing on truth is power, family. Standing on truth is strong. Standing on truth is integrity. Standing on truth is the best position in the house. Standing on truth is true righteousness. I always talk about it. We are born righteous. We are already righteous people. It's on us to perform the deeds of righteousness on this earth. That's our commission. That's our job. That's how we are. That's who the Most High made us to be. We are a stand-on business type of people. And the best position to stand on, the best business to stand on is the truth. Stand on truth. Stand on business. That's the code. Now the first code, that ain't always easy, fam. It ain't always easy to stand on business. You definitely got to pick your battles. You definitely got to pick your battles. But we are known for standing on business. Shout out to our brothers and our sisters over there in DC who are standing on business, family. They're under federal lockdown over there. They're under the feds that took over the district. And who are they harassing? Not other, they're harassing us. Let's just keep it a buck. They're harassing us. They act, you know, they're making their name by harassing foundational Black Americans, by harassing people of our skin color. And the brothers and sisters are right there with the cameras out, standing on business, making sure, hey, we here, pushing back, letting them know, hey man, you can't just come in here and violate our rights. You can't just come in our neighborhood and harass us. We standing on business. I think a young lady went to jail and she got out because the people said, oh no, we're not taking that. So it's not easy to stand on business, to stand on truth, but that's the code. And that's the first thing right there. If you can't stand on business, if you can't stand on truth, this ain't for you. This ain't for you. You might want to turn in your lineage card if you of the lineage. You might want to just say, hey man, I need to, you know, I'm gonna flee to Africa. I'm gonna flee to the Caribbean. I'm gonna flee to Europe. I'm gonna flee to Japan. I'm gonna flee to wherever. You might as well say, yeah, listen, man, this because you might even be a tether. Let's keep it a buck, because that's what's in you. You can't be nothing that's not in you. If you're a foundational Black American, this is just part of it. This is just part of it. You know, you stand on business. You don't flee to other countries. You stand on business where you at. And you know, all that running, that's for, you know, that's for people who don't know no better, and that's for people who are weak. When you're a foundational Black American, you don't have your only option is to stand on business. And when you do that, let me tell you something, man. The ancestors smile. The Most High blesses. The Most High gives you strength. The Most High gives you courage. The Most High gives you power. Power to stand. And we as a people, we got to understand we don't have no allies. We don't have no allies. You know, there's no consequence there's no consequence in the world for people who bother foundational Black Americans. We are the only things standing in their way. There's nobody else who's going to stand in front of us. So standing on truth, that's number one. As part of the code. Standing on business is number one as part of the code. That's how they gonna know who you are, family. The moment you stand on business, they gonna be like, oh, that's an FBA right there. That's FBA because that's what we known for. The moment you resist, the enemy, they're gonna know who you are by that. They're gonna know who you are because that's who we are. We're known for that. We have a history of standing on business, family. Thank the Most High, thank the ancestors for passing that down. That's a true inheritance to me. Number two, we got to protect the lineage, family. Ain't no fake coalitions. Our survival comes first. There's no black and brown coalition. There's no yellow and black. There's none of that, family. We have to protect our lineage. We have to gatekeep, and we have to keep the cosplayers and the tethers at bay. They got to stand outside the gate. We have to gatekeep our culture now. You see what happens with the Essence Fest? They want to buy up our brand that we made poppin' and make it their own, and then do a terrible job. BET, they want to buy up BET, the brand that we built, and then they want to do a terrible job. They want to co-opt hip-hop. They want to co-opt hip-hop, family. Something that Black Americans made, foundationals made. Something that the Lord made, and try to say it's theirs. That's the reason why BET ain't doing no more awards for a while, right? They want to co-opt our country music that's played all over the world. You know, I was watching a YouTube video, and they're doing country music in Kenya. That's foundational Black American. I don't care if they got YT people singing it. That's our music. They got it from us. We have to protect our lineage, family. All things coming in, all things going out, we must make sure. We must make sure that we don't give it away so easy. We don't sell. I'm tired of building staples in the community and then selling it off to non-FBAs. We have to make sure what we build for FBA stays with FBA. What we build for FBA stays with FBA. If you must sell it, it must go to another FBA. If it's not FBA, We can't trust it. It's just what it is. We can't trust it, family. If it's not FBA, we can't trust it. So we must protect the lineage, family. We must protect the lineage. And then the most probably not, you know, all these are powerful. Standing on business, standing on truth, protecting the lineage, right? Making sure we don't get infiltrated by cosplaying tethers, people who look like us, who wanna act all of a sudden be black when they come to our country. When they're in their country, they're African, they're Caribbean, but when they come over here, they want to be us. They want to be accepted by the black community, and they want to criticize the black community. How the hell does that work? Go criticize your freaking homeland. Don't come over here criticizing foundational black Americans when you got a whole homeland that you need to be critical of, and fix that before you come over here. But they want to come over here and be black American and then be critical to the community. You can't allow that anymore. So the other thing we got to do, family, that's part of the code, is circulate the dollar. We must support FBA businesses. We must build our economy. We must. It's not a choice. It's a must. See, this is also how we know if you're off code. Now, I'm not saying you can't shop at Target, Walmart, all those other, you know, stores like that. But eventually, and some of us who are riders, some of us who are really for this, eventually, it's going to be FBA only. Eventually, it's going to be, we are no longer supporting other people's businesses. We are only supporting FBA businesses. Eventually, it's going to come to the fact where you're going to be like, brother, you going into Target when we got Chucks over here that's FBA owned and got the same thing Target got? Eventually, it's going to be, oh man, you going to the Winn-Dixie when you got Grace's grocery store over here that's FBA owned? Eventually, it's going to be, man, you wearing Gucci, Prada, Louis, when we got mucho art, wearable art that represents the culture. We got foundational black American designers who put their blood, they sweat, everything they got into making these clothes for us. We must circulate the dollar, family. Eventually, it's going to be like, you got your money in what bank? What bank? You got your money in what bank? When we got all these black banks and we got the FBA coin, the premier cryptocurrency. What? Oh, you hella off code. You must. It's not a if. It's not the power to choose and all. No. You must. If you on code, if you rocking with the lineage, if you really FBA, you must circulate the dollar, circulate the crypto. You must rock with your people and make sure that we don't depend on other communities to support us, but we support us. You must support black content creators. You must support FBA content creators. You must support the grassroots, the new black media. You must support young brothers like Afro Elite. You must. It's not a choice. It's the code. It's survival. It's strength. And it's real unity. It's real unity. So we must support FBA businesses and build our own economy. That's a must. We must do that, family. And last but not least, we got to stay on code. No public infighting, no backdoor deals. Everything recycles back. Stand on truth, protect the lineage, circulate the dollars, and then rinse, what's it called? Rinse, repeat, rinse, recycle, repeat, something like that. Oh, my brain is, I've been, man, working in the lab so much, I'm getting brain rot over here. Forgive me, family. Rinse, recycle, repeat. We got to stand on truth, protect the lineage, circulate the dollars, and stay on code. We can't be out here fighting it. You know, we gonna have our fights. You know, let's keep it a buck. We're not always gonna agree. We're not always gonna agree, family. That's a fact. We're not always gonna agree. We're not always gonna agree. That's just what it is. We're not always gonna agree. We're not always gonna agree, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. But we shouldn't be airing our stuff out on television. We shouldn't be airing our stuff out in public. We shouldn't be doing backdoor deals when we got FBA people that we need to be doing business with and building bridges with. We shouldn't be in politics fighting for a political party, Democrat, Republican, and doing backdoor deals that's going to affect becoming gatekeepers. We should not be becoming gatekeepers in our community, family. What's this gatekeeping nonsense? What right does any of us have to gatekeep our community, family? And you know what I mean when I'm talking about gatekeep. We definitely got to gatekeep our lineage, but we don't decide who the right. We should not be limiting the access to our people. We need, if we're gonna gatekeep anything, we need to gatekeep non-FBA. But amongst each other, true talent gonna rise to the top. True skill, true competency, that's gonna be where it's at. We should not be like, oh, you come, I'm part of the boule, so if you're boule, you get to ride. No. We don't do that, fam. We don't become Sambos and sellouts. That's what we don't do. We don't become Sambo and sellouts. Y'all get the likes up. I want to bring people up. Y'all get the likes up. Give me just a 5K and I'll start bringing people up. I usually say 10K, but I haven't been on in a while, so I get it. Give me up to 5K, and I want to bring people up. I want to chop it up with the family. But we should not be gatekeeping from ourselves. We should be gatekeeping from non-FBAs only. We should be very cautious of who we let into our circle, into our culture, into the things that we're doing. But we should not be boule. We should not be Greek organizations. We should not be these secret society things, and where some of us get the information and not all. No. We should not be no Moorish Science Temple nonsense. None of that stuff, family. We're foundational Black Americans, and our job Our only job, see in Hollywood, you know what their job in Hollywood is? Their job is to pretend like they're not on the down low. Their job is to pretend like they're not LGBTQ and they don't practice these dark rituals. That's their job. Our job is just to stay on code. We got the best job and the best position than everybody, than all other people on the earth. Because our only job is not to be deceivers out here. Our job is to be the light to the world. Our job is to stay on code. That's it. And if we stay on code, we become strong. If we stay on code, man, we get things done quicker and faster. Yeah, gatekeep FBA history. We got to. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. But our job is to stay on code, family. And those who are off code, we gotta pull them aside. Hey man, you're hella off code, man. You're hella off code. You're hella off code. And again, once they go off code, man, you know, I'm not saying they can't come back, but I'm just saying, hey man, even myself, if y'all see me go off code, yeah man, hey, I gotta turn my back on you because you're not on code. That's the consequence. You put yourself out the ecosystem that we're building when you go off code. That's the consequence. You miss out on this black privilege. Think about how the dominant society operates. The moment people get off code, they get treated like one of us. Let's keep it a buck. The moment they go off code, you know, they become all type of N-word lovers. You know what I'm saying? They become ostracized in their own community. And the moment one of y'all go off code, you're gonna miss out on this black privilege that we're creating for ourselves. See, we pass down black privilege. We control that. We should always have grace and mercy for our own. I'm tired of us extending grace and mercy to non-FBAs, to other groups, when grace and mercy belong for our own family, not for them. Those are the ones that don't show grace and mercy to us. We must show grace and mercy to each other. We're the mature ones. We're the ones that know better. They're the children that just, you know, they're just trying to get daddy's attention. They're like little children, little flies that we have to swat every now and then and be like, man, shut up. Just get out of here. But we're the mature ones, family. We're the ones that actually know better, so we must do better. So if you want some of this black privilege that we're creating amongst and for ourselves, stay on code. You get off code, you get, man, we gotta put you on the outs. We can't trust off code. Off code people hurt us. They don't help us. Every time we strayed from the code, we got burned. Every time we stood on it, we rose higher. Every time one of us became individuals and did our own thing and turned their back on the people, guess what? Guess what happened to them? The moment you go to Hollywood, you start out with a group of friends, And then they tell you you're better than those friends and you can't hang around those people anymore because they can't go with you to this next level. And then before you know it, you're surrounded by a bunch of handlers. And they're dictating and telling you what brand and how you got to act this way and do that and blah, blah, blah. Family. Then you're out on an island, disconnected from your people. And the dominant society can smack you around and enslave you. And you can't do nothing about it because your people, you don't even know you don't even know your people anymore. You done strayed so far away from the truth. You started bleaching your skin so you can look like them. You start hating the very melanin that gave you power. You start hating the code that propped you up. The code is everything, family. So I got a question for y'all. When did you realize being FBA meant you had to live by a code? When did you realize that being born into this lineage, you had to live by a code? Took me a while. I'll tell you this, I've always understood that, man, that I was born into a life of struggle. I was born into a life of struggle, but not to be defeated, but to rise to the top, to be the cream of the crop. When did you know, when did you first realize that being FBA meant you had to stand on business, meant you had to live by a code? Let me bring some people up, man. I know I said 10K. I'm gonna bring some people up a little early today. We're gonna get into it. I see somebody trying to jump in. I hope this isn't a troll, but we're gonna figure it out. If it's a troll, I'm gonna drop them down. It's always the people with no profiles. I see you down there, Cherry Jones. Let me see how many people you got. Yeah, it's always people with low followers. You really just, troll accounts. That's what we call it. I don't know if you can come in. Look like you're glitching out a little bit. You're stuck in the ether, so I'm gonna drop you back down. Sherry Jones. I wish Sherry Jones could come up here, but she don't have enough people on her account. What's up, Detroit?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, we living good over here, brother. We living good over here, man. Working
Yep,
hard.
same here, bro. Still working hard?
Working hard for the family, man. We got some things that I got a lot done. Just in the past, I think I was gone like maybe a week and a half. Maybe it feels longer than that. I don't know. I just had to take care of some business, man. The FBA coin is going to be phenomenal. It'll be out real soon. I had to do some updates and upgrades to the coin. Lot of things in the backing works. I had to write some more music. I got some more music that's about to come out. Probably not for a couple more months, but I'm working on new music already. And then, we got this FBA Music Awards that we're looking forward to. That's going to be iconic and phenomenal. So
with the FBA Music Awards, are you gonna try to have some people live stream some performances?
We're gonna try that. We're gonna see it. We're gonna play it by ear, see how all that's gonna work. But yeah, we're gonna try to definitely do that. If you know anybody, especially if they're FBA artists, they don't have to be famous. But if they want to perform, man, we want to give them a platform. We want to give them a platform.
Detroit got a lot of local artists too.
That's what I'm talking about. So the same thing in California. So yeah, we're looking for local artists. If you want to perform and get your name out there, and
When it comes to like music and entertainment, like Detroit pretty much has like its own like record industry, its own movie industry.
okay, that's what's up.
Like a lot of like, if you go on Tubi, like there's like so many movies that come there, it's, like made in Detroit. Like all the cast, all from Detroit.
Man, that's it. That's what's needed, man. We need to have our own movie industry. You all right up there, brother? I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure nothing weird comes, brother.
I'm Scott.
All right. I just want to make sure nothing weird going on. I don't want to have to shut the camera off. But yeah, man, we need it all, man. I mean, this if we've never been in a time where we known that we got to do everything for us and by us, this is the time. This is probably the greatest time to be alive and to be a foundation of Black Americans. We got so many things we're working on and we're doing in behind the scenes and in front of the world.
I'm so happy that like the environment right now, politically and socially, is like kind of forcing like Black Americans like become a more insular community. I'm so happy about that because like this stuff is just happening back to back to back. It's just like forcing us more inward, and that's always a good thing. Like especially my city I'm from, Detroit. It's like the blackest city in the country, so you're around like all Black people all the time, and like it's kind of like limited to no interaction with outside people. And you see like the culture here is like so strong, like way stronger than it is in other places, like even in the South.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man,
You don't have to like. You will never be in a place where you are like, I gotta temper down something so I don't look ghetto or I'm gonna look Black or like never ever.
Okay, man. You know, man, I'll be honest. I've never been to Detroit, man.
And there's all type of Black communities. You have intellectual Black communities, like churchy Black communities. You got super hood Black. Any type of Black niche you want to get into, you can find it here.
That's what's up. See, I've never been to Detroit. My family's from Ohio, Alabama, Georgia, North and South Carolina, West Virginia, and Virginia. But I've never. That's one place I've never been to Detroit, man. Never been.
Detroit never really been like a touristy city. People have to have like a reason to come here.
Okay. Well, Detroit,
it's becoming more one now. But I guess people like finding out it's a lively city.
Iconic. Yeah, Detroit is iconic though. The GM, the Fords, all that back in there. The steel
Motown.
Motown. I mean, it's iconic. So that's definitely. I need to definitely go visit Detroit. But man, that's good to know that the culture is tight there. That's good to know.
And like if you want to own a home, even if you don't want to live here, like the point of entry to own a home in Detroit is so low right now, and you'll buy the house and automatically have like almost like double the equity in it. And right now, Detroit is being gentrified right now, so it's the blackest city in the country right now. But I see that changing rapidly, like before my eyes. So you have a few thousand to spare, buy a house in Detroit. That'll be a great investment.
Okay.
Anybody Black.
That's some good game right there. Y'all listening, family?
And we have empty lots. You can buy an empty lot for $100, and it'll be an empty lot on the street that's occupied.
Empty lot for $100.
They don't even give you an empty lot. They'll give you one.
Man, we need to go ahead and make Detroit a project again and build a Black Wall Street in Detroit now. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like I feel like if we do that, like we invest as Black people, we do it like too sporadically and spread out. We need to like concentrate our investments, like we can all like target specifically, like you said, Detroit. All Black people who have money and want to invest in real estate. Right now, the city we targeting is Detroit. Then we build Detroit up. Then we do it city by city by city.
I like that. You know what, man? They always talk about we need to all move. No. Instead of us all moving out of the cities that we're in and trying to lump ourselves all up into one Black city, let's build up the Black cities that we already have.
Exactly.
Those cities.
I even tell people in Detroit, like we have a lot of people, like Black people who have money, because a lot of, like this is like here, When people say you don't support black businesses, here you always supporting black business, like where you shot, the people do your tax, like everything. And these people who have the money to do it, they invest. But like I said, they do it sporadically and they spread out. Like if we always like target the neighborhoods and we could do it by neighborhood, then we can build the equity up in these neighborhoods for the people who's already there and for ourselves. Because you notice like that's how the white tea people do it. Like they do it by neighborhood. You see it happening in Miami. Like it spread like from the downtown area, then now they did Overtown. Now they gonna do Liberty City. And they just do it by neighborhood, by neighborhood, by neighborhood.
That's powerful. I like that, bro. That's a great idea, brother. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. We need that. Let me hear from Scotty G or Scott G. What's up, Scott?
Yeah, hear about your ball cap.
Okay.
Was one of the differences between FBA and ADOS?
Say again about
The difference
ADOS.
between ADOS and FBA.
FBA is a lineage. We're not a group. We don't have a leader.
Yeah, ADOS is an organization.
ADOS is an organization. FBA is a lineage, and it's a group. I mean, a lineage, and that's what it is.
Do you think when we were just talking about with the real estate, do you think like you could tie FBA coin to something like that? Like that could be the source of
What's
funding
good? What's good?
for the real estate projects?
Of course. Man, listen, man, we want to tie FBA
Bro,
coin.
no, that's people. The FBA is a foundational Black America.
Hold on, brother. Can't overtalk the host. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but don't overtalk the host. And we don't come in with just a hot
Yeah, you're
mic.
coming in loud and clear. We hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No problem. But we're gonna get to you. But yeah, we need to tie FBA coin to everything. FBA coin needs to be the staple of everything that goes in our community. It needs to be our currency that we spend amongst each other, and that gains so much economic power that other people want to buy in on it. The other people want to make it powerful.
Are
So
you
yeah,
talking about making like a cryptocurrency or something?
yeah, we already have a cryptocurrency. We're gonna release it probably within the
I might have
next.
to look into that. That's what's
Oh
up.
yeah. It's powerful. Go to FBAcoin.org. I'm actually gonna be. Well, let me just do the commercial break right now. Let me just do the app break. FBAcoin.org. The only crypto that stands on lineage. It don't just hold coins. It holds power. I want everybody to visit FBAcoin.org. It's not a meme coin. It's not an NFT. It is a utility token. It is a token that does something for our people. It is designed to keep the money in our community, not letting it escape out of our community. Even if you hold it, it benefits us. If you spend it, it benefits us. The money is captured and put into a treasury fund that we're going to use to give out microloans. We're going to use to lobby for political efforts for grassroots movements like lineage-based policies. It
Like a
is
central bank kind of deal.
it's a decentralized bank.
Well, yeah, decent. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
but
decentralized
but
bank
like for
that's
yeah,
owned
for the Black community.
100% by the people, and it's going to have a DAO governance on it. So it's not just one person controlling it. It's going to be the people that we vote for, and they decide what we're going to do with the money that gets into our treasury. It's going to be used as emergency relief. No longer are we going to have to wait on governments to come and fix and rebuild and change our communities. We are going to have that avenue. It's a think tank on steroids.
Bro,
So
I think you should definitely expand your portfolio and invest in XRP as well,
We need
just so you can build like take their money and then add it into FBA. You know what I'm saying? Like as XRP grows,
we
and
need to
then
start.
build FBA a little more. You know what I mean? So, but
man, we're
expand your
gonna man,
portfolio so
listen,
you
man, we're
can
gonna we're gonna
get it
expand.
going faster.
We're gonna own some blockchain. We're gonna own some XRP. We're gonna
We need
we're
to
gonna
start
build
an
a
FBA
whole
mutual fund too.
Well,
ecosystem.
and be careful what you talk about too, because once they start hearing Black people start to get a little money and something like that, then they
They
got a
will be
whole
able to stop
problem with it.
this.
I hear that all the time, brother. And the only thing I can tell you is we're already surveillance. It's just it's out of the talking stage. We're already in the doing stage. The coin is already minted. The coin is already built.
That's what's up. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna look up
Yeah.
FBA.
Check
I'll
it
try to
out.
find the coin.
We're
Yeah.
gonna start doing pre-sales in probably a few days or a week at the most. We're gonna start doing pre-sales. We're gonna give people free NFTs and coins. So it's no longer gonna be a $300 buy-in. It's minimum $50, maximum $500 for the pre-sale. It's gonna come with a collector's item, a collector's piece of NFTs, and it's going to come with coins. You're going to be pre-selling the tokens. We're going to build the LP, the liquidity pool, and then we're just going to release it. We're
What
going to release
platform can you buy it on?
right now. It's going to be on Arbitrum One, the Ethereum
Arbitrum.
platform, Arbitrum. But it's going to be on Arbitrum One. That's the best platform for us right now, and we're going to make that platform popping.
Okay.
And
All
eventually,
right. I ain't never messed with Arbitrum before, but
yeah,
I'll look it up. I'm taking
look it
notes.
up.
I'm listening to you.
Look it up. And then eventually we're going to move to our own platform when it's feasible. We're going to become our own FBA blockchain. Eventually. Okay. But for
Lay the
that,
foundation.
yeah, we're going to lay the foundation and we're going to build it. We see if we don't build it, nobody's going to come to it. If we don't build it, what can we tell our people to do? We can't tell our people to buy FBA only and we don't have anything FBA. We can't say
No,
spend.
for sure. That's all I was saying. Make sure you have a good portfolio back in FBA, like as you grow it. You know what I mean? Don't just put it all into that because if people don't jump on, you know what I mean? Like you want to be able to keep growing and keep coming out with new
I got you.
innovational
We're
ideas to
going
keep it
to,
growing. You know what I'm saying?
matter of fact, let me see if I can do this. I need everybody to get into the Telegram. We have a Telegram that we have. I wish Crypto Stock Markets was here to give y'all the Telegram. But remind me, and I'll see how I can give everybody the Telegram or inbox me, and I'll send you the Telegram that we're all going to, and we're going to start conversating there, and you guys will start hearing about the things that we're working on, things that we're doing with the FBA coin. So we figured we want to do a Discord, but we know Discord is a little bit too hard. Telegram is very easy to get on and things like
Man,
that.
I think they just make Discord look appeasable to people that think that nobody's watching, but the NSA be watching the shit out of that shit.
Oh
Like
yeah,
that.
I mean
They let you say whatever you want. Ain't no censorship, ain't nothing. They let you talk as much as you want, but they still watching.
right.
So that
So
yeah, you can get slip up and like end
so
up down the wrong road if you like mess
yeah,
with it too much. You know what I'm
You
saying?
get a
Like
knock on the. You gonna get a knock on the
knock on the
door.
door. Yeah,
yeah, right.
yeah,
Like,
They
but
gonna
here's
get a
show
knock
up.
on the
what
door.
we have to do. Listen, we have to work with the tools we have, and we got to be careful, and we got to speak in codified language on these apps until we build our own app, and that's coming. Until we build our own social media platform, and that's coming. And when we build it, it will be on the blockchain, so nobody can cancel us, nobody can shut us down, and we can be exclusive.
Nah,
Too
I'm
much.
kind
Let
of
me ask
I'm a lot
Detroit.
more
Let me
fair
ask
skinned than you,
Detroit.
sir. Can I still join the panel once y'all get that thing going?
Of course.
What you mean fair skin? What kind of skin?
Well, you can see my fingers in my profile picture, but
So you're not. So
no,
you're.
I'm Hispanic and
So you're saying,
Egyptian.
okay. Okay. Listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
Well, I
The
mean that's not
the FBA coin is for foundational Black Americans, as far as investing,
anybody.
anybody can get the FBA coin. We're not going
Yeah.
to. We're not going to exclude everybody. As long as you understand and know that it's for foundational
No, I'm
Black
in
Americans.
the platform where y'all talk. Like if you make a social media thing. No, I know the coins for sale for everybody, but
The social media. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's social media, man. Anybody can come on. Anybody can come on that
Some
platform.
people come out here. They
Man,
come for war. Some people
that'd be
come for
pretty dope,
peace.
man.
Yeah.
That would actually grow the coin a lot more if you had a whole social media platform and you had the coin. That would actually probably be really good for the coin. Like it would make it, you know what I mean? It would
It's
increase its
all
value
going
a
to be a
lot.
part of the FBA coin. See, we're building an ecosystem. We're building it out as we go. So and the coin is fully upgradable, so it can grow with us. So if we need to update and make changes that are going to be improve the coin and make it better, not take away, but improve the coin, we are able to do that. So that's the thing. We're building the FBA ecosystem right now.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Too much.
That
Let me
sounds good.
ask Detroit. Too much. Let me
Sounds
ask
like you know
Detroit a
what you're doing
question.
for sure.
Detroit, do you have like a think tank or some kind of group over there in Detroit to Miami?
No, I don't.
You do not.
No.
Okay. You going if we ask, would you set one up? Because I mean, that would, what we do is we come up with a lot of ideas, and when people get ready to actually link up or plug in, like what Too Much does, Too Much let us plug in. But you got a good idea, and I don't want to see it go nowhere. And I want you to think about putting together a think tank so that those thoughts go into some place where they don't disappear, and that you're able to then let us know what to do because you're there. So we're not there.
Yeah,
Man,
look.
I
So
wish I was in. I
just
wish
think
I was
about it.
still in
Just think about
Florida,
it.
man.
Yeah, I get
I wish I was
ideas
still in
like this
Florida.
like all the time, but I consider that like this what we doing right now. I consider that this the think tank right here.
Oh, okay. Well, then you have access and you have the information. We just don't like to talk a lot of different stuff on here, but
Yeah.
okay.
So this
I
this
don't
is
know. Like I gotta figure out a way. I gotta figure out a way because I'm up by Philly right now. I'm from Florida, but I'm up by Philly right now. I gotta figure out a
Okay.
way how we can tie like the Hispanic community to the FBA because it's like it's
Well,
mostly
baby, good
Hispanic
luck
people
with
up
that
where I'm at
because
right
right
now.
now,
You know what I mean?
yeah, they not feeling
so
us right now, and
We don't
we,
need
and
to
to be
tie the
honest with you,
Hispanic community to the FBA. The Hispanics who are black,
hold
we basically already
No,
tied to
you
them.
just need them to invest. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
what we want to do, we don't want to make it a color thing. When it comes to money, there's only one color, and that's green. Okay, but
right.
what's more important is that you create a seamless
I got a call
opportunity for
coming.
everyone who wants to support. It has to be seamless.
Right. So here's the
So
thing.
that's why I was asking
Here's
for y'all to
the,
put it together, and so we
here's
can
the
kind of look
thing.
at it.
Here's the thing. FBA is for FBA, right? We're 100% for our lineage and for our people. But it's not that we don't. It's not that we don't want to work with rivals. We don't want to work with allies. It's the problem that it come. It quickly becomes co-opted. Our agenda usually y'all other groups come in and try to make it try to change our agenda to
Yeah,
their
I
agenda.
feel you on
And
that. Yeah, that's trying to corrupt it.
we don't
Yeah.
want that. So it's not that we don't like other our Hispanic brothers or our African
I mean,
brothers or
it's literally
European
called
brothers.
foundational Black Americans. So I guess
Right.
yeah, you kind of
Right.
got a point.
But we are for foundational Black Americans first. And the agenda is ours first. And
Yeah, I got you.
the participation that people want to get access to is going to be limited because
I mean, once
once
y'all get it going, like once it's like really like once it really gets going and everything like that, then y'all got some motion. Then it's gonna be like then yeah we'll talk about
well see
combining
see see,
forces
see
at
here's
that
how
point. But
here's my thing
Well, Hispanics already got their own stuff
yeah we're
already, and they
telling
didn't invite us at all.
right we're
Go
telling
ahead.
other communities we're telling other communities to to strengthen their community. Just like we're strengthening ours, we're telling them, hey, man, if you want to work with the FBA, it got to be in the form of a treaty. And there needs to
yeah,
be
some type of
consequences. There needs to be consequences for breaking that treaty. Hold
Fannie Lou
on,
Hamer, you said
we
Hispanics
got a
got their
lot
own
going on.
what?
bro. This is what you got to do. You got to find a ship
You
on the
know,
Hudson
you
River
know,
that's full of tea and throw it all into the tea and say this is FBA. Like do it like they did back when like the picture on my thing 1776 when they was like this is America.
yeah. I mean,
This is
You
America.
don't even know, baby. Don't you know, baby?
I I mean that's what it is.
He
We're
don't
just
know
out
us
there
doing too much.
testing.
He don't know us doing too much. He don't know us doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just saying that other lineage based groups, other ethnicities, y'all got to strengthen your ethnicities. One of the biggest things that's going to hinder FBA from working with the Hispanic community is the anti-black hatred, and
Man, I like man
that's not just
the thing with me is like So if I walk down the street, you wouldn't be like, oh, that's a black guy. Like you'd be like, oh, he's Hispanic or white or something like that. But I grew up in the neighborhood, like I grew up around people, so I saw how it was like the oppression and everything like that, and that was the best community I ever lived in. Like those were the best people. Like you just go to the neighborhood and everybody's cool. Like everything. Like don't start no shit, won't be no shit. Everything's cool.
Yeah,
People
but
always
you
scared to go
know,
to the hood and shit, and I'm like, but
but you
then
know
like
what,
when
Pablo?
you leave the hood, like all the police are sitting on the corner. Like it's like they lock you in, and I'm like after seeing all this stuff, like growing up and seeing like the way that like the way the world works, I'm like, I mean, I want to help my people too, but like, I'm like, man, y'all probably got it a little bit worse than some of us. I mean, not right now because they're deporting all the Hispanic people, but I mean, like when I was growing up, it was like, damn, like y'all just get shit on. Like I don't understand why they do that.
Well, we know why they
But
do it
then we
because
talk about Hispanics. The Hispanics or Latinos, that's not a community. They just speak the same language. They all think different. They have different political ideologies. They are different races. They are very different. You can see
Oh
that
yeah,
everywhere
there's a
that they
lot of
voted.
different countries for
Yeah,
sure.
they are
Latin
not. They are
America,
not
well,
alike at
there's
all.
Spain,
It's
Spaniards,
a
those
higher.
are
They have a
Europeans.
hierarchy as far as race. They are very classes as well. So yeah, the Hispanics are not a community. They just speak the same language. That's like saying Black Americans are in the same community as our shirts because we speak English. We are not. We just speak English.
No, okay, Hispanics be like it's like a
Absolutely.
family thing. Like they stick with
No, it's
their
not really.
families.
Because I live in Miami. I'm amongst Hispanics all day, every day. It's a lot of internal Hispanic beef.
a lot
Yeah,
of
y'all
Oh,
know
there
who
always
do
is.
y'all
My
have
baby mama's
camaraderie
Puerto
with in
Rican, bro.
regards
I
to
already
what?
know about Hispanic beef.
Hispanics have camaraderie in regards to what and
a
where?
lot of a lot of tribal.
Where do we see Hispanic camaraderie?
Do not call a Cuban a Mexican.
Exactly. They'll get
Matter of
so
fact, don't
offended.
call any
You're not funny
Latino
today.
a Mexican that's not a Mexican.
Don't call them any
They
Central American, and don't call
will
them
Bro,
no any
call
kill
Caribbean
Dominican
you.
and
country.
Cuban,
Don't
bro.
call
They
them
don't they
Dominican. Don't
don't
call them
trip.
Puerto Rican because they're gonna think you calling them black.
That's
No,
why
And
I.
no, you're
That's
talking
why I
about no.
respectfully.
I'm
That's why I
Dominican.
respectfully. I ask
I
people.
know Cuban. I'm Dominican. That'll
yeah,
start some
I be
shit.
asking. You gotta ask. I mean, it's respectable to just ask, and I always ask first, "Where you from?" People, and lately that's been offending people just to ask them, "Where you from?" I don't know if they think I
Like
have a
And
little
even
chili
like
you
loaded
trying to be
or.
for
respectful.
example, in
You only
Miami,
asking
the
because you're trying to
Cubans
be
are in the
respectful.
majority.
That's
don't
The
don't
crazy.
stop
Cubans,
each
People
other.
get offended
the
by that.
Cubans
Hold
in
on,
Miami, they
hold
think they
on.
running shit, so they ain't
Yeah.
really fuck with none of the Hispanics.
Right, hold on. Let's try to get together. Let's not over talk each other. I want everybody to speak and hear each other. Now, let me go down to Fannie real quick, and then we're gonna go up to FBA West Coast, and then we're gonna
All right.
go to Guam. So what's going on, Fannie? I know it's been a while since I've seen you on the platform. It's been a while.
Hey, I've been missing you. I've been missing you,
Yeah.
but I'm sorry. I missed the think tanks and whatnot. I'm like you. I've been really busy, and at some point, I have to. We get on these social media. Who is that with the back? With everybody mute your mic. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot. It's been a lot going on down here in Texas, and so it's a lot. But the deal is that I think they've been listening to our. I think they on our social media big time right now, because they trying to learn. And I think that there are some moves that are being made to try to cover up some of the stuff they thought they were going to be able to get away with, and they're realizing we ain't having it. Period. And so I've just been a little busy trying to maneuver my few resources so that we can eat.
Mm.
So so also I'm happy to see you too much. I did drop a prayer for you because I didn't see you.
Thank you.
And I know that when we hold these, I didn't realize, I guess I did, but I didn't, how powerful social media is becoming. It's actually influencing our politics. And people are starting to, they're getting ready to try to come and fix the streets. You know how they do right before an election in black communities. They want to try to fix the potholes, try to get you to the polls or whatever. But I've taken some time, and I'm working on my book about the land too much. I
Come
got almost through with
Hey,
the.
on. Come
Fanny,
on.
just a quick thing. Like when you was talking about like having food and everything like that. If you go on Amazon, you can get
Mhm.
2 boxes of MREs for like $84, $85, something like that.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
And
Thank
then
you for
that's
that
like
heads
24.
up.
That's like 24. That's almost a month's worth of food right there.
Okay,
$84.
cool. Yeah, see, I
Yeah.
was looking
So
at.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
in
did you look
survival
at that? Have
situations.
y'all seen that? Have you seen that post where Kissinger, he was saying that if you control the food, you control the world. Did you see that saying? And people kind of walked over that, but I've always paid attention. And
Yeah,
I'm
I got
encouraging.
looking at
Oh
I
yeah,
got
yesterday too
two,
much. I did
four,
my first. I
six
did my first real
boxes
live
of
yesterday. My
MREs.
first real live.
I
I did it
saw that.
yesterday.
I wanted to come in, but I was
Yeah,
working. I was coding at the time. I was
that's all
doing some
right.
coding,
I
and I
I was
saw it.
scared, but
I
I
was
did it.
so proud. Let me tell you, when I saw you go live, I was like, yes.
Like if you get like 3 boxes of MREs, 3 4 boxes of MREs, that's like 3 months worth of food, and then get you like
Okay.
4 packs of water. That
Yeah.
it'll probably cost you about it'll be like $300, probably 300 something
Okay.
like that. Like,
Cool.
but you'll have like three months worth of food. Like if the power goes out or something like that, like, and then you got food
Okay.
in there, and it lasts like 5 years. Like the shelf life
It
on it is
do.
long as
It
hell.
do.
So
It
yeah,
do,
so you
Pablo.
good.
And
And then,
Pablo, on your Pablo, do you have a page? Like, and I want you to start posting because that's what I'm encouraging our FBAs to do. We fixing to start. We know where we are in this fight. This is not our first rodeo. We got the blueprint. So the clarion call has gone out. Okay, what is that? The clarion call is that now the hospitals and the clinics are crying, saying they're gonna have to shut down, which means that the elderly are about to be at risk. Group homes are about to be at risk. All of the vulnerable parts of society are about to be at risk. So FBAs, I'm encouraging, if you have a page, to always at some point in your on your page put down what's on sale and where. Or this is what we used to do. We would call
Somebody
each
wants to
other's.
know what MREs are. Somebody explain to the person who asked
Oh,
what MREs.
okay.
they're
Go
meals
ahead,
ready to eat.
Pablo.
They're brown bag meals. They're meals ready to eat. They're sealed, they're vacuum sealed and everything like that, so they last for
Dehydrated.
like 5 years. Yeah, dehydrated food,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. But I mean, they're not that bad. Well, I was in the military, so I got used to them. Maybe it's an acquired taste, but it's food, is what I'm saying. And they all have like
Right.
2,000 calories, 3,000 calories in them. So each meal, like you could live off one meal a day, really, if you needed to. You know what I'm saying?
First of
Like
all,
you,
that's all you're saying. Just so y'all know, family, we're not supposed to be eating 3 meals a day.
yeah. I mean, if
That's
you
what I'm
want to be a
saying.
fat
We're only
ass, like I'd
supposed to
order
be
like six
eating
boxes,
one
but
meal a day. Like, wake up
But
in
if
the
you want like
morning,
three
drink you
months
some
worth of
tea.
food, just order like three.
Yeah, you're supposed to be fasting. You're supposed to live a fasted life. One meal a day, and then your body needs to eat the impurities. It needs to feed off the impurities and get those out of your system. And when you have a bunch of food in your system, it's stuck trying to digest that instead of fighting off the other things it needs to fight off. So that's
Yeah.
true.
And the
But this
way
is
that
coming from a
And
big
then another, yeah,
fan
that
myself.
makes a good point. Like another good thing is to make sure you get like shilajit, ashwagandha, like all the stuff that, like healthy stuff like that, like fruit and stuff that you can snack, like dried fruit that
that's
you
a
can snack on.
supplement. Right, that's a
So
supplement. And but let me
yeah,
finish my point. Let me finish my point, Pablo. Let me finish my point. Okay, so we know now that our way of life is under, as always, under attack. But right now, it has hit critical mass. So, what I'm encouraging and what I did on my one platform yesterday is I started telling people, go buy the 5 pound bags of rice, not the small rice. Go get the big rice, the big bags of beans, and then get your 15-40 packs. If you got a big family, get your 15-40 packs, and then start to just work them out. Like if you pull one out, it empties out, go buy another one of those. And then you start keeping food and water in your home. So encourage everybody around you to do that, because if it all hit, you're not going to be able to share. So that they're not listening to you, that's them. So what I'm encouraging people to do now is we're going to have to now secure the tribe. You know, we're going to have to secure the tribe. We're not going to be able to, we can't save everybody. Um, We got our crypto. We're going to be working on so that we can have our black businesses who will accept our crypto at some point in this game. So we can keep our own
The
stuff
crazy thing
going.
is if the grid drops, like if the grid drops and we can't access our debit cards and stuff like that, we're not going to be able to access the crypto anyway. So
Well, see,
you
the
don't
deal
have
with,
to
wait a
like
minute,
that's why you
hold
need
on. Let
water
me
and
stop you
food in
right
the
there,
house.
Pablo. Hold on. Let me stop you right there, Pablo. That's what I'm saying to you. We got the blueprint, baby. This is not our first rodeo. When we can't buy and sell, we can barter. Understand? Because there's always going to be somebody who has something you want in exchange for something they need. You understand? So we're not
Yeah, food and
just
water is
shifting
going to be the
into, we're
most
not
important
shifting, right? We're
thing.
not shifting into the commercial, we're not shifting our needs into the commercial realm. It's already there. So we don't have
And
to work on
I
it.
was
But
just
if
lot
it
of
saying
and a
like
shifts
lot of
now,
make
but
people
if
sure
it,
you
even in
buy
urban
crypto.
cities are starting to
Make
grow
sure you
their
get the
own
crypto.
food.
Like you plan for the best. Are you planning for the
and
worst and
yeah,
hope for the
worse,
best?
and then hope
So
for the
you,
best.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, that
What
part.
you say, Detroit? Detroit said something. They got caught
I
up.
said, I know, and even the people, a lot of people, even in urban cities, are starting to grow their own food. I know a lot of people in Detroit,
Right.
like in the city with even with
Right.
small backyards, they got
Shit, I
gardens in their
got
backyards
carrots
and
and
grow their own
peppers and
vegetables.
plum trees.
Yeah, and
I
so
got a
so if
cherry
you
tree
growing
growing.
carrots, Pablo, if you growing carrots and you got a lot of carrots and you know,
Romaine lettuce. A
let me
whole
give you
bunch
the
of shit.
old school. In the old school, the old men used to have a truck. They would pile all their stuff on the back of the truck and ride through the neighborhood, and people would purchase off straight off the truck. And for those that didn't have money, the people with the truck would
Like
have
the ice
gotten,
cream
like,
truck, but for
sometimes, well,
vegetables.
sometimes, no, sometimes the rich people, well, the people that was doing better would give the truck driver, the seller, a little extra money for the one that didn't have. So they would say, well, it's $5, so we give them $10 and say, look, you're gonna run across somebody that don't have, so here goes some extra for them. That's how our communities used to operate, okay?
Man, that's
And
community.
so,
No, that's how the community is. Like I live in the
yeah,
suburbs now, but I'm from the hood. When I was in the hood, that's how community was. Like it was actually a community.
well,
In the
the
suburbs, like
suburbs
everybody
come
looks
to
at
the
you
hood.
The whole
like
concept
don't
of the
nobody
lottery
want
comes
like
out of
they
that.
just be looking at you like you got a dick on your forehead most of the time. But I have goals and tattoos and shit. So they probably like, who the fuck is this dude over here? And I'm like, I'm just checking my mail, bro. What you looking at?
Well, the suburb, but believe it or not, the suburbs come shopping in the hood. Okay, do you not
Yo, they gonna
know
be
that
so
people that live
lost
in the
if
suburbs, when they get ready to get some really good soul food, they don't go downtown. They don't go to another. So they hit the road, they hit the
man, I'm
freeway,
so
and
mad
come
that I
see us
can't
down
even get
here.
soul food up here. I'm in Willow Street, Pennsylvania. I
Well,
cannot even
yeah,
get soul food no more. Like I can get some barbecue or something like that, but I can't get
yeah.
no like I can't get oxtails with a plate of greens and some
You
rice.
gotta learn how to cook,
That don't
bro.
happen.
You
No,
gotta
I
learn
know
how
how
to
to cook
cook.
it. I already know how to cook it. I already know how to cook oxtails and
But
stuff like that, but
yeah,
now they charge like
man,
you if you're
you
gonna
know
buy
what?
oxtails,
Them
they charge more than
oxtails.
they charge for steak.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
took
why would
oxtails
I?
out for my rest. I took oxtails out of my grocery list because everybody started eating just like crawfish, oxtails, crawfish, stuff that black folks used to eat. That was like that used to be the food they threw away, and
Man, they
then
run the
people
price
start eating
up.
it. People
Hell
start
yeah, I
eating
can
it,
get a
ran the
sirloin for
damn
the same
price up.
price.
We went up on the wharf
It's crazy.
to buy some crawfish, and it was Indian people in there. It was Chinese people up in there, Korean people up in there, then Hispanic people was up in there, and then black people, of course, we was up in there, and they was in line, and I said, "This line is out the freaking door for some crawfish." I caught an attitude. I caught an attitude, and
Where you from?
so
Louisiana
uh,
or something like that? You
no,
got
no,
you. I know you from the south.
Texas.
Oh,
We got the
Texas.
Gulf.
Okay, yeah,
We got the Gulf. Yeah.
close enough. Yeah.
So yeah, we got to go. But the deal is that like for us, for me, I'm again. Let me get back on my point. We are now going to have to take the blueprint left behind by our ancestors to be able to make it through this next. Cause see, this ain't finna get better. When you see, y'all, we gotta not be blind, but understand when you see Washington, D.C. actually be occupied by a military force on American soil, for no other reason than to satisfy the ill intent of the haters. There's no other reason. They had no reason to be there or to go this far. They have slated us for destruction. And if you know that and you see that and you understand what you're looking at, the thing you need to do inward, inside, in your own tribe, is secure your tribe. And so
Nah,
now we see
that's what I'm
this.
saying. Like I see it all
Yeah,
the
we're
time. That's what I'm saying.
securing.
Like when you go to the neighborhood, you're inside the community. Everything's cool. But as soon as you leave, it's like there's a cop on every corner making sure you don't leave the neighborhood. And they want to check what you got in your car when you leave in the neighborhood. They want to pull you over because you
Well,
ran through a
yeah.
stop sign when you didn't run through a stop sign. Like it's always some
Okay.
bullshit. They
Right, you
always
got
put
to
that bullshit.
understand, but you got to understand that we are under military occupation and have been since civil rights and have been since
But the
the end of
crazy thing
slavery.
is,
We
like,
have been
after
under
living in the
military.
suburbs,
So
they don't
we,
do the same thing. Like,
we're
Hold on.
living, well, like I'm telling you, this is an occupation and there are rules of engagement. And one rule of and a rule of engagement is to deal with the food and water supply. If you look at some of the early Roman tactics from the Roman Empire, you will learn that there were what they would do, and they didn't want to just run in roughshod and destroy the village because it may have been something they wanted in there. They were patient. They would encamp all around the kingdom, and they would block anything coming in and anything going out because they
that's
knew
what
that the
they do
people would
now. That's what I'm
eventually use
saying.
up
That's what I
their
was
food
saying.
supply, and they block the water supply. So what they're doing, they would literally starve the people who resided inside the kingdom they were trying to conquer. So then the military would weaken because they couldn't eat, they didn't have water, and then they were always on patrol. So what you do is you wear them out and you starve them. And so that's what's been happening. We've been controlled because people have looked at us as a threat to American society's status quo. And that has been going on. So based on that, because we're smart and because we are industrious African Black Americans, FBAs, we always had a playbook. We developed a playbook. We developed a blueprint.
You
And
gotta play
because of
by
that,
play
we
every
have
goddamn day.
survived. We
Ain't no
have
goddamn
survived.
way we ain't gonna find a way to
We
get
have
paid
survived.
today.
But so that's why people are so struck by FBA and the stance that we have as elbowing everybody who is not for us. You can't be with us if you're against us. It used to be a place where they would allow that kind of discourse. Well, we in critical mass right now. We can't be arguing with nobody. Now we have to secure the tribe. Everybody, every man for himself and God for us all. So now the conversation is going to be centered on how can we survive this and then come out of this on top. Okay,
I
two
mean,
things, not
that's
one.
facts. Now I
Not
know.
just
I already know.
survival,
Like
but then we're not going
I
to be
make sure my
surviving no
kids
more.
taken
We're going
care
to
of.
be
Oh
thriving.
my bad.
We're going to thrive and control our own destinies because our children are not going to go back to these private prisons like they're trying to do. No, we're not doing that. Our children aren't going back to the private prisons. We are not going to be allowing them to rob us blind because those banks, they always have a ploy, some kind of way to keep and get our money. And when you invest, I saw a basketball player some years ago. They stiffed him for $77 million because he was trusting them with his money, and then behind the scenes, they were just giving out his money to all of their friends that were in investments and family members. And I mean, this man, these people that are rich don't understand when you take your money out the community, you don't want to help your community, but you don't understand just because you don't know what they're doing with your money, they taking care of their communities on your dime. And so they
They
don't
just ain't fucked
understand
over
that,
the
and we
wrong
can't
one
get them
yet.
to see that. So
That's what
right now,
happened.
we just gonna
Somebody need
secure
to
the
bust
tribe.
their ass.
We're securing the tribe. And shout out to Kendrick Lamar for paying off the lunch. There were some kids that had they weren't allowed to eat lunch or they had to pay. They had some outstanding balances in school lunches. So Kendrick Lamar just paid off a bunch of that in California. So shout out to that brother. Anyways,
Kendrick
I'm not
Lamar
gonna
is a
take over
living
I'm not
legend,
gonna
man.
take over the conversation, but
Kendrick
Yeah,
Lamar is a living
that's
legend. He's dope. I
yeah,
love Kendrick
that
Lamar.
right there is
But I feel what you're saying though, because like I make sure like I have enough here if something happens that I can make sure my kids fed for a while, and then I start worrying about other people. But I take care of my home community first. You know what I mean? Like I take care of my community first, like the people that I'm around. But now that I'm in the burbs, now it's just like about my kids, and because I don't even know these people. Like don't nobody say hi to you out here. Like it's not like the hood at all. Like people are weird out here. There
oh
was
well,
somebody sitting
yeah,
next
yeah,
to a
they are.
dumpster in a fucking sun chair, like one of them chairs you take to the beach. I was taking my trash out, and this white dude sitting out there in a fucking sun chair next to the dumpster. I'm like, bitch, don't you see the flies and shit? You don't smell that? What are you
They don't
doing?
care.
I
They
was
don't
just
care
one
about
like
that.
I was confused. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like you look weird as fuck right now.
Well, they're gonna do what they're gonna do, but again, like I said, who is this King Edwards? He want to know where I'm from, Texas. King Edward, Texas. He says we need to focus on unity first, then education and economics. Well, right now, baby, we fixing to just we're
Man,
gonna
it's
be
always about
concentrating. We're
unity
gonna
till it's not.
yeah, we're gonna concentrate.
It's
The
shit.
unity gonna come when we all are on one accord about trying to keep our hearts beating, bellies full, and our children thriving. That's where the unity gonna come at. Because if either you for it or you're not. You
Yeah,
know, and for
they
people
use
who are not
unity.
for
They
it,
use unity as like a it's like a way to slip in on the backside and then burn your whole village down
well,
and flood you with
I'm not
water.
for anybody.
Like
I'm
they
not
come
for
in like,
any of
oh
that.
hey, we come in peace. Like they use religion, they
No,
use Christianity, they
no,
use all this stuff,
no.
and they're like, hey, we come in
Mm-mm.
peace. We're just doing this, and then they'll snake you as soon as you fall asleep.
Well, my ancestors
That
stood
shit.
on the
I mean,
banks
that's
of the
happened throughout
river.
history so many times.
My ancestors stood on the banks of the river and seen these ships coming up in here and wondered what that was. And we ain't never been the same since the first one came over here, okay? So we already, it's in our blood and it's in our DNA to be able to discover when something is not for us. And so we're understanding that there are rules of engagement that are actively being undertaken, implemented against us. And if you know anything about the military, I wasn't in the military, but I've studied some of the things that
Yeah, I was a
military science. But here's the deal: if you look at where the strength lay, you have to look at where America's strength lay. America's strength used to lay in her economy. Now America's strength only lays in her military. You know, because the people have been undermined to the point to where you don't even know who's for or against America. And we have been invaded by immigrants, societies who brought along with them not just their beliefs, not just their need to have a better life. They brought their rituals, their traditions, their spirits. They brought everything that was attached to them with them. And that may or may not have been what was here when they got here. And so then they then began to elbow everybody else out the way to make a space for themselves, which was fine, no
Yo,
problem. The
and the
only
crazy thing
issue,
is,
the
like, if you think
yeah,
about Rome, like Rome became
Okay, hold on, man. I gotta jump in here, man. Okay,
once Rome fell, it became the
hold
Vatican,
on,
and then the
brother.
Vatican
Hold on,
took
brother.
over
hold on,
America.
Pablo.
My bad. I was just agreeing with you.
Y'all over talk each other. Y'all gotta I need everybody one at a time. When Fanny's talking, let her
Okay.
finish her thought. Let her finish her thought. I know everybody wants to chime in and want to add in, but let her finish her thought.
She can hear me and talk at the same time. I
When
mean,
she has
it's
a
a
long
conversation.
thought, it is a conversation, but it's not a conversation when y'all over talking each other.
I apologize for that. There's another guy here anyway. So here, I'm gonna mute my mic.
Yeah, shout out to Will.
I think I was the over talker. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Will. Will, go ahead, Will. How you been, brother? It's been a long time, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute. For the most part, I got a lot of things going on in my life. I moved out here to Virginia from Arizona. My daughter, she's in the hospital right now. She just got,
Oh man, sorry about that.
yeah, she got pregnant, and you know how the tube, the egg gets stuck in a tube or something like that. So
Yeah.
they had to take that thing out.
Ectopic pregnancy or whatever.
Say it again.
Let Will go ahead, Will. Go ahead, Will.
Ectopic pregnancy, I think it's called.
Yeah, and so I'm a little stressed right now. You know, even though the doctor's saying everything is fine. You know, she ain't had no kids. This was her first pregnancy. And so I ain't feeling too good right now, but I heard the show. I was passing by. I heard the show. I had, always got to listen in on you too much.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, brother. We're just chopping up some
I'm
game.
sorry to hear that about your
Hold on,
yeah,
brother. Hold on,
that
Papa.
sucks.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Hold on, Papa. Let the host talk now. Okay, just relax. Yeah, man. It's been a while since I took like a week and a half off real quick. I had to finish up some things with the FBA coin and get some things together with the FBA Music Awards, get everything lined up. Working on some new. I'm working on some. I'm gonna get to you back in the lab working on some new music as well. But I appreciate, man, everybody stopping in and checking on me. I got phone calls from people saying where you been at, what's going on, and I appreciate that as well. But it's time we step our game up. You know, I'm learning that delegate is the way. I can't do everything. I can't do everything, but there are some things that we have. We have strong, powerful men and women in our community that they have skills and competency levels that can be used. Used for the betterment of our community and our people, and we're starting to do that. I'm putting together a committee for the FBA Music Award. By October 30th, we should have all the people. So if anybody wants to volunteer, and you must be Foundational Black American to volunteer for the FBA Music Award committee. But if anybody wants to volunteer for the FBA Music Award, just hit my line. We got about 2 or 3 people already on board. We're looking to fill 2 more spots, and it seems that we have a lot of women who want to work. I often wonder what's going on with our men. Or do they want to help, or are they just busy? Because men are always busy. We always got some mountain that we're trying to conquer, something that we're trying to climb. But we have an FBA Music Award. We need people on the committee that can help put this together. It's going to be the first of its kind. Instead of trophies, we're giving away NFTs, and instead of having a live venue, we're doing everything 100% online, and we're doing all genres of music, and we want to give credit, and we want to praise, and we want to show grace to our foundational Black Americans who are in these positions, who are moving and pushing the culture. We want to give out a Lifetime Achievement Award as well. We want to honor foundational Black American with history, with culture, and with excellence. That's what this
Man,
is.
I used to do shows in Chicago when I made music back in the day, but I don't think I'll be a good face for it. But I could like write some stuff. If you find some musicians or something, I'll write for it. You know what I mean? So you keep the face right for the program, like to keep the program going. You know what I mean?
What we're trying to do is we're just trying to do something with our community. They got rid of the BET Music Awards. They're not doing that this year. We're watching our iconic magazines and just staples in our community like the Essence Fest be taken over by another Black group, but not us. And they're doing it. They did a terrible injustice to it. So we have to right those wrongs. We have to gatekeep our community and protect our culture. I don't expect to go to any Hispanic music awards and say, "Hey, man, I want to," no, I'm gonna let the
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like I wouldn't
I'm gonna
want to.
let y'all
Yeah,
deal
that's what
with
I'm
that.
like. I can't join the panel,
Yeah.
but like I'll help write
Yeah.
some music or something.
But FBA Coin, anybody can join that. I'm gonna send out. I'm gonna send you. Either I'm gonna send you something in the inbox, or you send me something in the inbox, and I'm gonna send Fanny as well. I'm gonna give everybody on the panel, if you want, you can get an invite to the FBA Coin, and it's a Telegram, and we're all gonna meet up there, and we're gonna talk about where the coin is going. We'll have the coin ready in about a week, family. We're going to start selling NFTs, and we're going to start building the buzz around that, getting that launched, and it's going to be phenomenal. The NFTs,
Did you
instead of,
already mint the coin?
yeah, the coin's already minted. The coin's already minted.
That's what's up.
Can I say something real quick?
Real quick, go ahead, Will.
Me and my brother actually did the coin, the FBA coin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't really understand. He it's in his account. Only he only did it because I told him. I was telling him about you, what you're doing, and what we're trying to do. So he got it. I'm not sure what we supposed to be. Or do we just let it sit? What do we do?
Okay, so y'all got it early, and I think I know what you're talking about. The brother actually had to send him some coins for free because he went the wrong route, and that's my fault. I got with the cryptocurrency person, and we fixed up everything. He's actually going to walk everybody through on how to purchase the coin the right way. Getting everybody to the Telegram, and I sent your brother that coin, man. I sent him 35,000 coins, man, because I didn't want him to lose his money. The money's there, but it's in the ether. I guess it's on Arbitrum, but it's just stuck. You know,
Hey, you can't use the word ether anymore. They took it off the periodic table.
Okay. Yeah. It's just it's in the chain, and it can be seen where it's at, but it's not. He wasn't able to purchase the coin, but because it's not about, to me, it's not about money. Just the fact that he participated in that. I gave him the 35,000 tokens, and I'm going to give him an NFT. So he has an NFT coming to him as well.
Okay.
But it's still there. It's still there on the chain. It shows that he has the coin. It's sitting there for right now, but movement is about to take off real soon. So when that brother, I'll just say it like this: we put some things on the coin, and because that brother had the coin longer than 7 days, anytime somebody does movement with that coin, he's going to get what we call a loyalty reward, and then he's going to get some reflections.
You ain't gonna hawk two of your investors now, are you?
Say again?
I say you're not gonna hawk two of your investors, are you?
No. We're not pulling the rug on anything, man. This is long term. This is our future.
Y'all know what happened with that. They ran it. They ran the numbers up, and then she sold off all her stocks.
Yeah.
And they got her for fraud.
Yeah. We don't practice that. We don't do that. We do everything with integrity here. Everything is transparent. That's why we have the white paper. And I'm about to
right.
Why would you ask that question though? I don't understand that.
Just because I saw a video about how she started NFT.
Hold on, Pablo.
And she used
hold on,
Pablo.
Hold on, Pablo. Listen here. With us, this is too much. Okay, this dude right here, that dude you see with the hat, that dude is 100% vetted. Believe me when I tell you, if that man tell you that the sky's green, you might well just, look up and get you some cucumbers or something. Cause that one. So please, I'm saying that to say, please don't insult his intelligence. Wait a minute, hold on, Pablo. Don't insult his intelligence thinking that this is just some fly-by-night ploy that I know you've seen in our communities many times. But we respect this gentleman, so please let him finish. Okay.
I wasn't trying to be disrespectful at all.
You good. Just let him finish. Yeah. All right, go ahead. Too much.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. But yeah, this is something that's going to save our people, and I take it very seriously, and I don't take it lightly. I'm doing my due diligence to make sure everything is done correct. So with your brother's coin, it's just sitting there right now, but he has I just want you to know, your brother has a head start on everybody else. So when I put the new tokenomics that I'm going to update and put on the website here real soon, he's going to be very happy. He's going to be thanking me. He's going to be. I don't want.
I gotta hurry up then, because I want to be on. Hurry up.
I don't ever want to.
I'm gonna look at it. I followed you, but hey, I gotta go. I got a probation meeting in an hour. So it was nice to meet y'all.
Nice to meet you too,
stay blessed. Yeah, I'll catch y'all on.
Stay blessed.
Just send me.
Later.
Just send me a message, and I'll send you the invite to the Telegram, sir. Okay.
All right, bet.
Yes, sir. Okay, but I don't ever want to over promise and under deliver. I'd rather under promise and over deliver. And I think, I know that I'm doing that right now. Your brother has a head start.
Yeah.
He's going to be very, 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 very happy. He might be getting some more coins. Here soon because of the way I've done it the first time. You know, this was my first run on putting together a cryptocurrency. It was just something I know that the family needed to be done. And I was trusting the Most High and trusting, you know, the ancestors when they told me to move on this and get this out right away. Not and I didn't rush it. You see, I didn't release it yet because I didn't want to rush it. So the timing is now. Like I said, I got somebody working with me on the coin that's in crypto, that understands crypto. The brother has helped me upgrade the tokenomics, and he's FBA. That's key. And he's a solid brother. And we've done some things with this coin that I thought the coin was unique the way I had it, and it was. It's even more. It's on steroids now.
Right.
It's on steroids now, and I think the family is going to be thoroughly happy. We're talking about building generational wealth. It does that. It does. I mean, it really does that. The longer you hold it, the more. And so let me say it like this. The best way to explain it is every time somebody buys the coin and every time somebody transfers the coin, right?
Yeah.
We share that money with the community now. It trickles down to people who have the coin.
Okay.
And that's the beautiful thing. That wasn't there before.
Yeah,
that was something that we added. So now the community shares in the growth of the coin. It's not just trickling all to a treasury fund or trickling all to a few wallets. The whole community, especially the longer you hold it. If you hold the coin longer than 7 days, you get something called a loyalty reward. If you're a whale, that means you own 1% of the supply. You get a whale reward. And then there's reflections. There's a 3% reflection. If you got 50,000 tokens and you automatically qualify for reflections, you get 3% of everything that comes and goes. So you can get a total of 5% of what everybody's doing in the market. So if I go take this coin and I go spend the FBA coin at so-and-so's business, guess what? All the family benefits from that. There's a 10% tax on it. So that 10% tax is shared amongst the community within the family, and everybody gets to feed and eat off that, as well as build up the treasury, as well as build up the marketing wallet, as well as do phenomenal things for our community. So it covers a lot. And
well, just so you know, just so you know, I don't have no doubts about what you're doing. I don't understand why that dude asked that ridiculous question, but
he's not FBA. He's not FBA. So we're not worried about it.
Yeah. So I mean, I got full confidence in it. Even though I don't understand it, I don't know nothing about no investing like that, but I know that you own to something. So my brother, he knows. So you know, he's the one dealing with it.
Yeah, listen, man, I'm gonna do your brother right, man, because I appreciate him. He's one of the first people that jumped on it, brother, and I don't forget that.
Right.
I don't forget that. I'm gonna do your brother right, brother. Like I said, I'm probably gonna give him some extra coin. Because
I so appreciate it.
And even though,
well, it's a good thing to have. Yeah. It's a good thing to have, and it's a good thing to teach. And I can almost assure you that once you get it in order and once things are moving and it's jumping, ain't nobody going to be asking no questions. They're going to be too busy trying to get in.
Right.
So, everything has a beginning, and then, then the business principles hit in. So first, you form, and then you storm, and then you norm, and then you perform. So there are steps to this. And so we are still in the formation, and we're forming in the midst of a storm. So we basically repeating 2 steps at one time because of the situation that we in. And so then we have someone committed and determined that this will survive. So at that point, we can norm. People will get familiar with FBA coin. That's where we're headed, So anyone who wants to know and do and be a part, they gonna do it. And then everybody else will wait and see. Then they're going to have to get what's left. They're not going to be able to ride the wave. Your brother's going to ride the wave. I'm going to ride the wave because I'm getting in. I'm just waiting on some money. I'm just waiting on. I got some stuff, and this just keeping on holding up. I wanted to take advantage of the first go round, the $400 one, but I missed that. But I mean, wherever I get in, trust me, I got my surfboard ready. I'm riding the wave. Okay.
Here's the beautiful thing now. The entry level to become a founder is lower. It's no longer $300 minimum. Like I said, we're gonna start selling these NFTs for $50. The NFT is really free.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that NFT is going to be everything. You're going to get certain privileges because you bought the NFT. And
Okay.
we're calling you guys founders. So everybody who's bought the coin, your brother is a founder. You're going to get special privileges that nobody else is going to get.
Right.
You're going to get first to everything. You're going to get the red carpet rolled out for y'all. You understand what I'm saying? We're putting things together, especially when it comes to the DAO. You're going to get more voting rights than other people. I think we're giving people. There's a total of 18 votes that you can get, and one of them is if you're FBA lineage, you get extra votes.
Right.
See.
Nobody can co-op this coin or control our DAO. It's going to be 100% ran by FBA, but voting matters. The more votes you have, you can get one person can get a total of 18 votes, and that's specifically designed for FBA to get all 18 of those votes. So just for submitting proof that you're FBA by lineage, you get extra votes. Just for buying the coin, becoming a founder, you get extra votes and extra privileges. Okay, so there's certain things that are going to be put in place. So when we start voting on things on how we're going to build and fix our communities, you guys get first. If any projects come up like when we start getting our gas stations popping, there's a brother that made gas out of plastic.
Yeah, I've seen it.
He sure did.
We want to approach that brother first. We don't want to give that to the enemy. We want to say, hey man, we're gonna start this plastic gas station right now. As long as it can work and fuel our gas and put in our
Yeah.
cars.
We had to wait for him.
We want to partner with that brother
Right.
and start getting
They tried to off him.
Yeah, we need to protect that brother. We need
Exactly.
Yeah, he had to go underground for a minute, and his mama was on there asking. Yeah.
And
I'm gonna talk to you about that.
They made water out of air. Another brother.
Yeah, we need to get with
Mr. Willie, Brother Willie.
Instead of them giving that over to somebody else, that's our people. We need to be the first one.
See,
what can we do? What do you need to help you franchise it or help you do what we need to do? What can we do to make this an initiative and empower you and empower our community? That's our goal, and that's the whole goal of the FBA coin. So when you're a founder, you got special privileges. So let's say we do go in and we invest in an FBA gas station. Y'all get first dibs. Y'all hear about y'all get to pay into it or invest into these businesses before everybody else. We're gonna do something.
it's just like every other. It's like every other issue. I mean, the first people that come in or they get it on a private level, and then once it goes public, then it's different. But the people the founders, the people like you, like me, like Will's brother, like these are the private. They call it the first is in institutional investments. These are the people that they actually make the foundation, and so they are called private investors. And then after you get so much,
they're going to be private calls that you guys are only the founders
right?
and the think tank are going to be privy to. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's how it works. And so, thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
So any type of celebrity status that we get that's connected to the coin, we're going to put together dinners and say, founders, come on in. Meet such and such. Mega Man or what but they're from our community.
Right.
You guys have access.
Okay.
We're going to do all types of things like that. And those NFTs that we're giving you, oh man, they're top notch. They're already done.
Cool.
They're priceless. You guys are gonna look at this and be like, wow. We put our time into these NFTs, and they are powerful. They are
right,
powerful. And it's a collector's. It's not just one NFT. You got like 4 or 5 collector's items in one NFT that we're giving the founders. We got a coin that says founders, the FBA legacy holders. You guys are legacy holders and founders. So you
Wow.
guys, I mean, it's phenomenal. So we're doing it big for everybody that's supporting the coin. And this is, I'm telling you, this is iconic. We're taking. I told y'all around this time was probably around when it was going to be ready, and I'm glad I didn't have to go back on my word. I'm glad that I got help. That's the key, because I can't do everything on my own. I don't know everything. I don't claim to be smart. Somebody came on, watched my show and said, "Hey man, I'm in crypto. I looked at your website. I want to help." I vetted the brother, made sure he was on the up and up, and then we went to work. He said, "Man, you know, even my ego was even hurt a little bit." He was like, "Man, we got to change this. We got to change this because this is how the crypto market works. This is how the crypto I mean, he had to school me on something. See, I'm knowledgeable about the blockchain, but I never said I was knowledgeable about cryptocurrency and exchanges and things like that. You know, and I've learned a lot by this brother, and this brother's helped me design the coin in a way that that is beneficial to anybody who purchases the coin. So even outsiders who are buying this coin are going to be like, "Wow, man, we got in on something big." So it's actually an incentive for people who are non-FBA to get the coin and pour into the black community, because they also get those same 5% reflections that the community gets. The only thing they won't benefit from is the votes. The votes are FBA is always going to have majority votes. So
Yes.
whatever builds up into our treasury, and however much that is, that's ours, family. No outsider can touch that. And once our think tank gets together and say, we're doing this, we're going to make sure that any changes we make to the coin, the community is going to have a 24 to 48 hour update on that. Y'all are going to be able to see everything on the blockchain and know exactly what we're doing. Any type of policy or implementation or anything going on with the DAO, even after we vote on it and we say this is how we're going to move, we're going to give the community a 24 to 48 hour notice before we do anything. We're doing everything by the book. We're making sure that our people know that that what we're doing is phenomenal. And y'all are gonna like it, man. Like I said, we're building the DAO right now, so we're still looking for people to bring on as part of the DAO. Building the DAO is going to take some time because we don't want anybody in these positions. They're going to have signature rights, and you know, once you get a signature rights, it's not an easy process to get them out of that position.
Wow.
So we got to be very, very careful of who we bring on having signature rights dealing with this coin, and that takes away ownership from me. So that's me transferring ownership to FBA. That's me sharing ownership with FBA. That's me saying the wallet holders and the people FBA, we own this coin, and then we do everything by vote. We vote on it. What do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to be done? Let's make a vote. The think tank said we need to do this. We got so many ideas. Which one do we do first? Let's vote on it.
Okay, that all makes sense to me now. I remember you talking about think tank for a while, and for a minute I didn't really understand what that.
This is going to be the power of the think tank. Think about this. A think tank can say, "Okay, we need to do this," but if they don't have the money, how are they going to do anything?
But it's a combination of people that comes with different ideas, and that's what the think tank is, right?
It's not just different ideas. These are thought leaders coming up with superior ideas that are going to benefit our community and put us in a better position. So it's not just us saying, "Okay, this is a great idea." This is the top of the top of the top of our minds coming together and say, "This is what we need to do." And now they have access to a money.
Right. Okay.
See, that's the key. We can talk about whatever. We can say, "Oh man, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need that," but it's gonna come down to money.
Well, man, you always got some kind of a good idea, or whatever plans you got in play. I like how you did the music thing. I like this whole award thing you got going on, and a lot of things that me and you would have spoke on in the past. It's always something you're steadily focused on this. And man, I love it, bro. I love it.
Appreciate it. And we're just trying to get better. So make sure you guys hit me up in my inbox, or if I'll hit you guys up in your inbox. We hit each other up so I can give y'all the invite to the Telegram, because we're building the Telegram as we speak right now. We have about I think 5 or 10 people in the Telegram right now. We want to get it bigger. The Telegram's going to grow to 1,000, 100, 200, 300. And we're going to get the buzz circulating around the FBA coin. Also, we're putting together a committee for the FBA Music Awards if you want to be a part of that. Right now, we got a bunch of women. No, I have no issue. I love women. Because women, y'all come in, y'all want to volunteer, y'all want to take over, y'all want to do some things. I just want to put together the committee. I'm not the person that's going to be necessarily running the FBA Music Awards. I want to put together the committee that's going to run everything with the Music Award. And all I want to do is just check in. I'm not nobody's leader. I'm not nobody's boss. I just want to check in and make sure we got progress and that we're on schedule for October 24th. So by August 30th, I want to have everybody in the committee chosen, ready. They know their role. They know what they want to do. They know what they want to add and bring to the table. And then we're going to run it like a scrum master. Everybody knows their role. We meet daily or weekly, and we tell everybody what we done and what we're doing, and then we execute. We put together a sprint, and we execute and get them down one at a time. And by the time October 24th comes around, we're ready. We're broadcasting live. I don't even care. Like I said, it could be on my channel or somebody's bigger's channel. If someone has a bigger channel than me and a bigger reach than me, we want to broadcast it on that. And we'll figure out who's going to host it and do most of the talking. But we want to bring education, we want to bring culture, and we want to bring our history and our legacy to this FBA Music Award as we represent our musical icons, not these industry plants that they put in front of us.
Well, that's a great thing, because we certainly need to take back our message and to take back the support systems that we depend on to thrive. They have let us down. So have our politicians. Even the Congressional Black Caucus is full of immigrants, which is why we don't get any kind of movement on the things that we declare or decide that we don't want. And there's not a clarion call. There's not respect. None of that. Because the CBC is made up of people who are too busy working it out for their own communities that are not attached or in any way contributory to our communities, even though our communities are completely contributory to their communities. I think it's time for FBA to even the score, because we have given a whole lot and we didn't get anything back from that, not in that generation or in this one. And now we're facing disrespect. And now they're using they always go to where our power lay. And right now our power lay in our ability to provide for ourselves, to provide for our children. And this morning, I woke up with this on my mind, and I know it was the Spirit, dealing with me, because basically what they're doing and I kept saying, why is this such a big deal? Why are we arguing with people about our own humanity? And basically what it was is that these immigrants had decided they were going to put their children before our children. They couldn't do anything with us, but they had already decided that they were going to cut the line, break our line with their children. Instead of establishing a lane for their own children, they wanted to put their children ahead of our children in our lane. And that's just not. And at first we thought it would work, but because now they're bragging about what they got and we didn't, and that our children went to jail when their children went to college, it was supposed to be the other way around, because we've been here longer and we've made the investments. They don't have really nothing for them. All they have is what they have, and it's only been here for less than 50 years. So now, 60 years. So now we're not dealing with that anymore. We're not having the conversations like that anymore. It's all about FBA, because no foreigner's going to come and cut the line and our children work at McDonald's while their children get internships. We're not doing that anymore. You know, if they qualify, they qualify. And if people who offer, now it's contingent upon us as FBA, which this is a great start because now we're rebuilding to have our own internships and our own companies in FBA spaces so that our children, FBAs, can benefit and thrive. And so with that, with us growing in industries that we're involved in, then we'll be just as Fortune 500 as everybody else. You know, we don't have to depend on somebody else. They can keep on staying over there with those corporations, but we just need our lane back. Y'all go do you, but we just want our lane back. It's not hate. This is survival. This is, we want our children not to have to be sent to jail. We want our children to go to college, or if they decide not to go to college, we want them to have more options to thrive. And those options are being, now we're finding out that there was money that was in the government that would have actually, what they do is use our suffering in our face to get the money. And then they switch that money over into other, what they put them in is committees and make sure that ain't no FBAs on those committees. So then, you see what I'm saying? It's the game. And so when they switch it to a committee and then we're not there, so then they divvy it up amongst themselves and said, oh no, that money went into a committee. And we're saying we didn't see that. So then, we don't know. So the money's gone. And this has been the game plan for many years.
And that's what they do. That's a very good point. That's exactly what they do, man. What they do is they prop up black faces in the beginning to be the struggle or the victim, and then when the money starts pouring in, there's no black faces on those boards. There's no FBA faces.
No.
They may have black faces or black skinned people there, but those people are working for the other people. Yeah. And
we're trying to get our people to quit playing with these people. We're not playing with these people. We're trying to get our people. They're making it hard because, I'm looking at this social media. A lot of these young mamas with these babies living in these cars, living in apartments, homeless. What the hell? What? There should be no homeless black person nowhere in America.
Right.
And I don't care what they own. There should never be that. Never. And so now, then people, we so messy now. People got into the messy part. They got into, starting to turn us on one another. And now this one want to do better than that one. That ain't nothing but that slave plantation mentality. But no, we're going to bring that back. We're going to bring it up. We got to get it out of the woods, out of the weeds, and put it, center front forward, and say, listen, I don't care what you feel or who you are. There should be no homeless black people. And if we decide, FBA, if we decide that there will be no homeless black people, then there will be no homeless black people, period, because we're going to stand on business. What do you mean you're going to help your immigrant friends? What do you mean they can get all this and we can't get nothing? What do you mean? And it ain't going to be banter. It's not going to be like that, how they do that little secret voice in the back. No, we're not that quiet voice in the back. Hell to the no. But now we're deciding what we're going to do. And it's going to be our decision. And we're going to have our people. So I'm done with the CDC. I'm done with the Congressional Black Caucus. They're not for us. No politicians. They're not for us. We need a fresh slate, fresh oil all the way down, all the way through. So FBA, we're going to be vetting this next generation of politicians that's going to come out for the midterms, because we're not satisfied with what's there, and we're not satisfied with what they came up with. They pretend that they don't have a better solution. So then now we have to save ourselves. So I'm going to send out the SOS, save ourselves.
Yes, indeed.
We got to save ourselves.
We have to. That's a fact. That's a fact.
We have to save. And what you're doing is the first step in that is to secure the tribe. You're going to make sure that we got enough money to thrive while we making it through these changing times. Hello, Miss Brody.
Hi, how y'all doing this morning?
Doing good, dude. How are you doing?
Doing fine.
That's good. I like what you just said. I'm not gonna be up here too long. I just had a granddaughter born, and I'm about to go see her. But
Congratulations.
thank you. I also wanna say what I see is a lot of our people do not stick together like we used to, and it's like everybody's going against each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's like with the elections and stuff was all a plan for us to go against each other. But like you said, we should not have not one black homeless people.
Not
We
one,
should
brother. Hey, Ishmael.
we should not, like, and we got to teach these the new ones that's coming into these worlds, these babies that's like 7 8. We can't wait till they turn 10 11 12. We got to start with them now, because that's what I'm doing with my grands. I'm teaching them now. I'm not hiding nothing. I'm not sugarcoating nothing, because when they get out here in this world, it's not gonna be easy for them, because prices are up, rent is up, food is up. Everything we was promised is not happening. Rent is still sky high. You know what I'm saying?
So you know what I say. This is one thing that I see that's in the black community, and we have to change that. Kicking our children out at 18. I don't think kids need to leave until they're 30. That's just my opinion. And I'm gonna tell you, instead of us encouraging them to get their own apartment, they need to be saving money. Minimum, all black families, all black homes, minimum need to be able to save a minimum of $1,000 a month. As hard as that is, if we stick together as a family unit, it can be done. Imagine your child at 18, 19, 20 years old, they have to go out there and get an apartment for like $1,200, $1,500 a month. Well, that money can be saved and recycled back into the home that they already came from, and now they're able to save $1,000 a month. Imagine they do that for 5 years. They got $60,000 that they can put down on a new home or whatever, or a business or whatever. We have to start thinking financial literacy. We have to start thinking, listen, man, like the same way these immigrant groups do and non-FBA groups do, in order to survive, we have to start practicing those same techniques in our own community. We have to survive. We're in, like I like what Fanny said, we are in survival mode. And put it in. We are in survival mode, and things are happening, and it's forcing us to work together as a people. It's forcing us to work together. Save that, don't throw it away. It's forcing us to work.
Yeah, we're being forced, right?
Deal with each other, and that's a positive thing. That's a good thing.
Yep.
We have to understand and know we are all we got. Instead of extending grace and mercy to non-FBAs, we need to extend grace and mercy to one another, to FBA. We need to reserve that grace and mercy for us, especially before we extend it to anybody else. We've been too nice. We've been too good to other groups. We've been too bending over backwards for others. We need to now bend over backwards for our own. We need to be more patient. We need to extend more grace. And we need to really, really, really help our people. And it starts at home first. I'm not saying go outside your home. Start at home first. Extend that grace and mercy to your own family members and your own family. And y'all figure it out and work it out. And y'all become a true, loving family that's together with the interdependency that can be useful to building our community.
You know what? I want to say another thing, what you just said about them being 18 and 19 and, trying to force these kids to go get their own apartment. My daughter went to Georgia State University College in Atlanta, and she also went to Harris School at the same time. And when she had her first apartment, the rent was high. It was high. But you know what I told her? When you finish, you come back home. And you can my baby been with me now back home for like 3 years. Saved every single dime because she needed a new car. I said, listen, I know you want to be on your own, but you have a home right here. Save your money. She walked in my house last night and bought her a new car with her own money. Work, her money. I said, you got a car? Next step, you save, so you don't even have to get an apartment. If you want to get a house, you can get a house, but I want you to save your money. So your next step is that you have a transportation. Now you have an apartment. You already licensed cosmetologist, so you already have clients. But she have clients down in Atlanta too. And I said you trying to travel and go back and forth. So you are right. I could never see her in her 20s struggling, trying to pay high rent, trying to get a car, I couldn't do it. So my doors are always open to my children. I tell them, make sure you have everything in order before you just try to go out here, because it's not easy at all. So yeah, I just want to say what you said was absolutely true. Absolutely. We see a lot of young people out here on these streets because some of the parents felt like, oh, I did what I did. It's time for you to go. You need to get your own place, and didn't teach them nothing, you know?
Yeah, and they selfish. You know, they selfish. You got the hens on the roost with the pullets. And I'm kind of country, but that means that you got these older women trying to be in the same level with these younger women, competing with them
Right.
instead of doing what the word told us to do as older women, is to teach the younger women.
That's
And
right.
that's not happening. That is not happening. And so what's happening in lieu of that is the whole community is in flux. Now we're being forced to have to live together because we are now being put in survival mode. Because
Yeah.
if you know what the what's happening in DC, and then to hear his plan is to hit other black populations in other cities. He already called it out.
Right.
When he decided to call that out, that means that black people, we know the game. We know the drill. This is not our first rodeo. We have the blueprint that told us, now you got to start securing the tribe. So now we got to go and count the baby chicks. We got to go count the chicks, make sure everybody in the gate at the same time. Look out for snakes. I mean, it's the whole thing. We understand what we need to be doing as a people. And so because we do know, who is that with that noise? Who is you know, because we know, and I'm so happy that you're there with your daughter and your grandbaby at the beginning. So now we know that there's a baby there. So when I see Brody again, I'm at least expect for Brody to mention two people, a daughter and a grandchild. You see, that's what black people used to do.
Right.
We would listen and know who's supposed to be where and with who. You know, we coming back to that. We're being forced back into that. And so we needed to know who, such and such a son started a lawn care business. Well, where he at? Well, he crossed town. Where you get on the phone and somebody cross town where he at, say, child, I need my yard cut. Oh, well, you know, such and such son, that's what he do. Call her so she can let him know you need your yard. You know, this is what we used to do. And so we got to get back to all of that. You know, we got to get back to all that, Brody. And again, congratulations, you know.
Thank you. Thank y'all
Hey,
so much.
Joshua.
Can
I gotta go, but
hi,
thank
sister,
y'all
how
for
you
having
doing?
me
Okay.
on again.
All right, well, kiss that baby for me.
I will.
All
What
right.
up, Too Much? How you feeling?
Good, sir. How you been, brother? How you been?
I've been good. I wanted to say I'm getting conflicted reports coming out of DC. The YNs and the troublemakers in our society, they hate what's going on. But the average people, the normal people who got jobs and stuff, they said that they could finally come outside. Ain't no gangbangers, no zombies, no crash out crackers. None of them is disturbing a peace now, because DC was so bad that you couldn't even go outside with your children. And
I'm hearing mixed reports on that too. I'm hearing that DC is phenomenal. But a lot of the things they're saying is not true. The crime is down low as it's ever been, even before they even did that. So, you know, I'm looking. So here's the thing. There's a couple things going on. They've been training for this. They've been training to occupy cities within this country. Our own military. They've been training for this. So I think we cannot be swayed by good or bad reports, and that we just got to pay attention and be watchful right now. watchful
Yeah,
and observant of everything that's going on because there could be something bigger at play.
there is something bigger at play. It's a kick dog hollers, right? And I'll be on the conspiracy people's channel sometime, and I'll be listening, and somebody said a DC insider said Trump's not going after the people. He's going after the baby movers. You know what I'm trying to say? The people that move the kids illegally, right? And that power base is in DC. So for him to declare a citywide lockdown, he is going after them and getting rid of the crime in the city simultaneously. Because every time you turn around, every week they find 200 missing kids here, 400 missing kids here. They're arresting 500 baby movers here. It's like if you a low life nothing and a thug, he's horrible for you. But if you are a square and you want to get up and handle your business and take care of your family safely, and you don't break the law, he's a great president. So I'm one of those people. I grew up watching Donald Trump, and to me, he's doing a good job. Everything he said he was going to do, whether you like it or not, he's the first president in my lifetime that I've actually watched him keep every bit of his word. And to me, that's amazing, because I've watched Rock was a liar.
He ain't released them Epstein files, brother. But good point. That's what I'm saying. We just gotta watch. Sorry about that. We gotta watch and we gotta see. And we gotta pay attention.
Hold on.
Yeah. We gotta watch, we gotta see, and we gotta
See, the deal is with Trump, he know how to play this game. He's a master at this game. He's gonna give a lot and put out a lot. They have, their propaganda machine is second to none.
Yeah.
They got a hell of a propaganda machine. But the deal is, we don't hate none of them, but we just not seeing no traction in our communities where it comes to our request for reparations. That's what we looking at. That's what we looking at.
And like I said, and like I said, I'm on the outside looking in. I'm not in DC, so I don't know exactly what's going on. But I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like to see why are they only in black neighborhoods? Like it's only black people.
That's what I'm saying. So if he's chasing traffickers, and whatnot, that's fine. Good, get them.
Right.
But we're looking at what's coming out, and I think that the pressure that's being applied was necessary anyway. I ain't mad at him, but I think the pressure needed to be applied because we needed for our people to come back home. That was number one.
Yeah.
We needed our people. And so we needed. Yeah, there were some things that needed to be squeezed out, and those things are being starved out. And there are some things that needed to be included and opened up, which is why the social media rooms are so energetic, is because people will take out their rants wherever they can get an audience. And so that's what these are necessary for. And really, these rooms, they are helpful in a therapeutic way, because people get an opportunity to find their tribe and they can all just raise hell together, so you get an opportunity. What he was saying is, as far as Trump goes, now we never really had a big deal with Trump until he started going after power and he started offending the people, and he's been in these, he knows the powers that be, he's been in those rooms, he's been rich for a very long time. So, but again, we're not seeing his if he meant us well, we can't see it right now. We can't, like we say too much, we can't tell, because all we see is attacks on our community. They started out with supposedly in the Supreme Court to discuss the 14th Amendment, but it ended up him restricting the powers of the federal judges. So I'm trying to figure out how that happened. How did they flip that when they used the 14th Amendment and the fact that the 14th Amendment was created because our people were stateless after slavery. They did not have, they were not considered citizens. They were considered property. They were considered 3/5 of a man. So they had to come with something to give the slaves, the ex-slaves, the ex-enslaved, an identity and a citizenship right here, because they wasn't going nowhere. Because I think in the back of their mind, they thought they were going to get this back sometime at some point. But, so the 14th Amendment, so they argued, right? So they argued when they got in front of the Supreme Court for that, it's flipped into the federal judges being restricted to not be able to do that. Hey, Ismail.
How you doing, Ishmael?
Annie, how are you doing? Hi, brother. Too much.
Hi, I enjoyed the radio. I've been going in and out of the radio segments, and I enjoyed those. I heard an old song. I was like, wow.
Yes, I have one tonight too. It'll be around 9 o'clock, 9 Eastern. So if you guys want to join, you're certainly welcome. I actually came up because I wanted to just piggyback off of the 3/5 piece. And while you're right, Miss Fanny, we were not considered people; we were considered property. I've seen a lot of people who continue with the 3/5 clause, which was a part of the voting clause. And I just wanted you to know that there's a slight differentiation to that clause that people don't understand. That has not always been translated directly the way that it was actually written. So we weren't actually considered 3/5 of a person. We weren't considered people at all. The 3/5 clause has to do with voting and has to do with how our votes were counted. So for every Black American, our votes were counted as 3/5 as a vote. We weren't considered 3/5 of a human. Our votes were considered 3/5 of a count. And that's actually the 3/5 clause. It has nothing to do with our status as chattel. It has to do with how our votes were counted for the Voting Act. And so a lot of people actually get that incorrect. And I just wanted to come up and offer that because if you actually go back and read it, the proper verbiage is that each Black person who voted, which at the time was Black men, their votes would be counted as 3/5 of a vote instead of a full vote, whereas white men and women, their votes would be counted, or actually not even women because they weren't allowed to vote yet. Still, but white men, their votes were counted as a full vote, 5/5 of a vote, and so that's the differentiation. But it wasn't that we were 3/5 of a human; it was that our votes were counted as 3/5 of a vote.
Okay, yeah. I worked for the United States Census Bureau for a while, and the one thing that we were in training they brought up where when they went back to talk about when in 1850 when they started actually counting, they would go on the plantations and they were and what it was, the owners didn't want to pay taxes for for their slaves, and so what they would do is they would say, oh no, because see, when you count it as property, you got to pay a property tax, right? So then they would, try to lessen the number of slaves they had, but they actually had those slaves there, and they would put the numbers in the census accordingly. And you're absolutely right about the voting. I guess I was more on the place of where they basically would try to take down the significance or the value of the slaves because they didn't want to pay property tax. But you're
No,
right.
that's absolutely true. That is absolutely true. They would in fact they would underrepresent the amount of Black people on plantations. In fact, a lot of Black people today, I personally feel when people say that Black Americans are 43 million, I actually think that we're higher than that. Our number is higher than that, and I think
Thought it was
that's
just
because
me.
no, ma'am. No, I think our numbers are higher than that, actually much higher than that. I mean, we are technically, if you go by the count and the census, technically we're the second largest ethnic group on the North American continent. Ethnic group, not racial group. Say again?
We're the first largest ethnic group. We are we are 45, 50 million. If you and I think that's around the ballpark
It is, but if you go by the count, if you go by the count,
right. But if you
if
go
you
by
go by
that,
if you go by the count, we're the second largest. If
so
you go
so
by if you
so
go
we
by the
higher than
amount
that.
of black people that have not yet, if you go by the margin of black people that haven't filled out the census and don't fill out the census, then yes, we are in fact the first largest, which is true.
I'm even talking about the census because there's only 45 million. The German Americans
Are
are
44 million.
are
They're 44 million.
44, 45 million. We're
Yep.
higher than that. We're
Yes, we
47
are. Yes,
million.
we
We're
are.
47. So we're the largest
No,
ethnic group
exactly. I was
on the census. On the census.
I was speaking
Ethnic.
I was speaking contextually, but that's true, and that's why, because of things like what Miss Fanny just said, is we're undercounted. We're undercounted for two reasons: because you have a lot of black people who do not fill out the census
Right.
and have never filled out the census, and then because of the historical context of slavery, where we were always undercounted because we were considered chattel and we weren't considered like actual people.
I'm telling you, we were the largest in slavery, coming out of slavery, and that's why they think about it, why would they wouldn't need to put Jim Crow laws on us if we were so small and they can maintain us. They weren't large enough. That's why they had to bring in Ellis Island back in the early 18th century, 1800s, early 1900s. They wouldn't have had to bring in. They wouldn't, and then they wouldn't have to grandfather these other ethnic groups and make them white. YT. If you use YT versus black, we're 13 to 16% of the population because that's a construct. But if you break it down ethnically, we've always been the largest
Yes,
ethnic
agreed
in the
completely.
United States. That's why they didn't want us voting in the South because guess what? If we voted in the South, we're gonna win. That's why we did in the beginning, coming out of slavery, hold majority of the congressional seats in the South. Yes, we did because we were the largest and we were voting. And then the moment they removed those military, they said, "Man, we gotta lead. We gotta lead as a minority." And they've always been leading this country as a minority. They've always been using propaganda, witchcraft, lies to make us believe something else. They've been using fear tactics, the false evidence appearing as real. They've been using fear tactics to keep us in line. And we just slowly been pushing the line and we're calling their bluff. And every time we call their bluff, what happens? We win. We win because now like, oh snap. Listen, I'm telling you right now, they're going to COINTELPRO is still here. They're going to come. They understand that we're in a renaissance right now. When I tell you, listen, they've been studying us since the very beginning. They know exactly what's going on. Whatever's happening overseas in that small hat country over there, listen, they're gearing up, they're ramping up, and they understand that hey, we are getting powerful once again, and they're going to try to do something to stunt our growth. And they have to because if they don't, we're going to take off. And our job this time is to stand firm, fight, and make sure that we take off. Make sure that whatever ground we gain, we do not go back. If anything, we have to listen before these robots and all this other, because that's coming. There's a reason why there's a big push for AI and there's a big push for robotics and technology right now because they want to use technology to subdue us and we cannot allow it. We need to be on the forefront of everything. That's why digital currency is powerful right now. I just found out that there's more black people in crypto, and I didn't even know this. I'm thinking we're behind in crypto. There's more black people in the crypto than there are YT people.
Yeah. I love that for us, by the way.
We're dominating
All
in the
right.
cryptocurrency sector, and we need to continue dominating in the cryptocurrency and blockchain sector. We need to continue to thrive in those things. I was floored when I was like,
Sure.
we're dominating in crypto, and I'm like, he's like, yeah, my boy was like, yeah, man, we control that, and that's exactly.
Well, that explains a lot.
That's exactly what we need to do. As long as we may not have been first, but as long as we continue to dominate in the cryptocurrency sector, and this the coming of the FBA coin is perfect timing. It'll be out and ready in about 7/14 next 30 days.
Woohoo! Yay!
It's game over, and we again, family, we cannot be afraid. A lot of their tactics is fear. They don't have what they say they have. I want you to understand. They don't listen. All this holy war they keep trying to talk about. They don't even think they're ready for it. They don't have enough riders. They may have the perception of numbers, but they don't have the real riders to carry it out. A lot of those are incels. A lot of those are overweight, underperforming men and women that nobody would even pick. Nobody would choose. If we put together a football team, basketball team, soccer team, kickball team, they're the last chosen. We're not afraid of the last chosen. We're not afraid of them. They're afraid of us. So they want to make a perception that hey, there's something coming, and they want to do something. And I'm saying let them try, because one of us can slay 1,000, two of us can slay 10,000.
Ooh, go ahead.
We're not afraid, and we're not worried about what anything they bring to the table. So as long as we know that, and we just again, this is a time for us to stand on business. This is the time for us to gather our numbers. This is the time for us to strategize. This is time for us to take back occupancy of things that we've lost. It's time for us to gain it back. It's time to get back the things that we lost and then keep it.
I think that if we put the blueprint back together, Ishmael, I don't know if you heard what I was saying earlier, but I did my first real live yesterday. So it was like, wow. And I'm still learning how to do that. But one thing we were talking about is because we see the handwriting is on the wall. We see the occupation that's taking place in DC and the threat of that being expanded to other Black communities around the country. We do understand occupation, and we as the descendants of, see, this is what differentiates us, and this is what is going to give FBA its power back, is that we're going to stand on business as FBA with the understanding that we know this game, and we're going to institute or reinstitute the blueprint that was created by our ancestors at the end of slavery, when they were just turned out with no money, no clothing, no nothing, pushed off, or they walked away and had nowhere to go, and they yet and still 30 years later had a Black Wall Street. See, this is what we're dealing with, is that people it was a little more than 30 years, but it was from 1865 to 1920 when they were destroyed. So from 1865 to 1921, there was a Black Wall Street that was actually conceived, formed, instituted, had thrived, and then got destroyed. So because in that small amount of time, they didn't have what we have now. So what took them 30 years or 35 years to do, we can do now in 5 years. And with the technology we have, we'll be able to cover a lot more ground. And so who's for us is for us, but there should be no homeless Black people in America. And I'm going to stand on that. I don't understand homelessness. I don't understand how these people, they can sit up and watch houses go down that the banks own. The banks would allow these houses to be repossessed and sit and then watch homeless people across the street. So the homeless people looking for somewhere to stay will go into a house that's been vacated because of foreclosure. They gonna go stay in there, but then it's against the law for them to seek shelter when their shelter not even being utilized. See, you looking at, to me, this is mass. I mean, it is. It's there should be no homeless. I'm gonna go back to that. I can't start stuttering. I get too emotional, but there should be no homeless. And then we understand now we have to secure our tribe. We can no longer try to save the world. We're not the world's breadbasket no more. But we're not gonna be that open door when they get over here. That they were instructed not to talk to us, not to trust us, yet and still they end up in our communities, and then they build their communities on top of our communities. We're not gonna be at the bottom no more. So we have work to do, and we're gonna stand on business, and we're going to take full advantage of all the opportunities that have been afforded us. And now we have to, we got to secure the tribe. So in my live, I was telling people, look, go buy the big bags of rice, the big ones. Go buy the big bags of beans. Go ahead on and restock your water and keep your water stocked, and then start to prep, get your clean water, your pumps, and learn how to do stuff, and go sit outside. Make yourself uncomfortable. See, we're too comfortable. So now go outside and get too hot and stay out there while you're uncomfortable, to try to discipline yourself to be uncomfortable, because we're in some threatening, uncomfortable times. And so there are some prep things that we're encouraging FBA to get involved in, and to reach out to the neighbors that are like them. It's not that we are putting everybody else out, but we are now going to have to center ourselves. So, yeah, that part.
That's it. Let me hear from Prince Israel, 49.
Hey, what's going on with you? Too much. How y'all doing?
Good, brother. How you doing, brother?
Hello.
Just to elaborate on what she's saying, I do believe those that are the bankers, when you look at their history and where they come from, I do believe they have a post agenda collectively against those that are already in the land. See, when they've created this scenario about what they went through in other places, obviously they cause themselves taking the same approach with us. They, in their story, they wasn't delivered. No one came to help them, correct? So when it's their opportunity to, let's say, perform, they've put us in these situations with regards to our environment, controlling our water, food, and air, and they contaminate. These people are walking viruses. So when you think about someone taking an approach with you from yesterday, but yet it's still prevalent today, people talk about Emancipation Proclamation. Well, the House Negro believes that he's free because he helps forward the agenda of the oppressor. But when you look at us who actually have substance with the spirit, we are being taxed and we are speaking out, and we understand, like you said, we have to make the modification within ourselves. We can't try to save folk, even though all skin folk ain't kin folk. We understand that this is a us situation, meaning us with the substance of the Most High, with the spirit.
Correct.
And
And that's the point that you bring up. Most people think they free, but to me, they got that Moses syndrome. See, Moses thought he was free too until he realized that his people wasn't free.
right on.
And the moment you realize,
Absolutely. Amen.
the moment you realize your people ain't free, you realize that you ain't free. You are just being occupied. You are just being handled.
Mm-hmm.
And that they're using you as the face to do their evil deeds.
So you, Steven, in this movie, and you waiting on your Django to appear is what a lot of these women are waiting on. And they don't realize, like I said, once again, we have this imagery of success, of I've made it, when you still got a problem with God. See, this is the craziest thing about these people in their narcissistic mentality, their one-track mind. See, you freed yourself on paper, but you're not free spiritually. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're still in a situation where a clash course with the Creator. See, you thought he forgot. See, you told everybody that God forgave. That's what your mentality was. But how could God forgive you when you've never done anything to be forgiven for? When you continue your madness
Well, no,
throughout.
here's the thing. See, people just read the scripture that they want to read and leave out the part that they want to leave out.
Uh-huh.
Unless you repent, there is no forgiveness.
Whoa.
Unless you
So
repent, unless you change,
uh-huh.
unless you go through the past to correct the mistake that you did wrong,
Mm-hmm.
there's no forgiveness. There's grace. There's grace,
Mm-hmm.
but there's no forgiveness.
Come on.
And
Cause
that's
see,
the problem with us today. We want to say turn the other cheek. That's the YT man lying to us. There
you
is
talking about
no
that
turn.
psychological
Yeah,
warfare with that
yeah.
religion?
There is no turn. That's exactly what I'm talking about. There is no turn the other cheek because they want you to do that because they're the ones smacking you upside the head.
So,
So
so you don't
they
believe
want
in?
you to turn the other cheek. No, I believe in there's only one true form of justice, and
Mhm.
it's the best that I know. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
I can give you one better.
I don't know any other thing. I don't know anything more righteous than that because how can you? If we're talking about justice here,
Hmm.
how can you get justice unless it's eye for an eye?
Well, they
You take
deprogrammed
one of
you
mine,
with.
I take one of yours. That's fair. I don't know how to get any fairer than that because all this forgive and forget. There's no justice in that.
Well, you got to think though, a host. They taught you. They took you away from prophecy. God told you in Genesis 9. He told Noah, "Whoso shedded man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed." Now they went and taught you. Moses told you that God does. He said he is the one that does all good and all evil, that he would deliver. But God told you in Genesis, now let's make it simple. Moses is telling you, mind you, Moses is quoted as being illiterate and needs someone to speak for him.
They
But
got a
then you
stuttering
get into
problem.
the, say it again.
Got a stuttering problem.
Come on. But you get into the book of Genesis, and God tells Noah, a just and perfect man, that whosoever shedded man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. Now I'm gonna go with God all day, every day before I deal
I
with
mean,
Moses.
again, people don't. They read what they want to read. You know,
Hmm.
for me, you got to get the full context. I'm one of those people that read the Bible from beginning to end. So you can't
Yeah,
fool
right,
me because I read the book.
right.
You may be able to preach a sermon, and there may be some things I might have forgot about, but you ain't gonna fool me because I can go back and pick up where I left off because I got the full context now. I understand exactly what's going on. I see the full picture. I'm not just reading part of it and then trying to create a doctrine out of that and indoctrinate my people on one thing. No, 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 no,
And
no, no.
pick up some ties.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hustle going on. It's a true hustle, and I'm one of those people. I believe heaven. Listen, heaven is for angels. Earth
Mm,
is for human beings.
okay.
The meek shall
That's
inherit the
exactly
earth.
what that is.
The meek shall
Hmm.
inherit the
Mm-hmm.
earth. So
Oh,
I'm the meek. So
mm.
my heaven is going to be on earth. When God said I'm going to create a new heaven
Hold
and
on.
a
Come on.
new
Hold
earth.
on. It ain't a new heaven, host. Host, Genesis 1 and 20. Let's make this simple. Genesis 1 and 20 says, the fowls of the earth, which are birds, fly through the firmament of heaven. In order for you to witness a bird flying through heaven, where are you located to witness this
Mm-hmm.
act?
Mm-hmm. I figured that
Amen.
it just meant that they were in the air. The air. They were up above us. That's what I look
Mm,
at it as.
I'm,
mm.
I,
See,
I'm like this, man. Listen, I'm. You know, you want to see heaven. See, they done fooled us into thinking we got to wait till we are unalive before we see we
no,
see.
they
Come
separated
on.
heaven.
Yeah.
They separated heaven, brother,
we
from
must
heaven and earth.
build we must build the kingdom here. We must build it. Anything we want, we got to build it. We got to put together the infrastructure and we got to
Uh-huh.
build it. And they're going to build their kingdom. They're building their kingdom right now. They're building their kingdom on top of us. They're saying we're going to build it on top of y'all.
Ain't that
That's
what
what
they
they've been
did?
doing for years. They just been building on top of other kingdoms and other
Come on. Come on. Come
dynasties.
on, host.
And the more you dig in the
Mm-hmm.
ground, you find us. The more you keep digging deep, the deeper you go into the ground,
Come on, host.
you're gonna find the soil, and the soil is gonna always say we were here first. So now I'm
Host.
like, okay, guess what? I see what they're doing. So now I understand the wealth of the wicked belongs to me. I'm righteous. I was born righteous. I don't have to. I don't have to do. I don't have to perform another righteous
I ain't
deed in
asking,
my
I'm
life.
telling.
I'm righteous already because I was. It's my birthright.
Yes, sir.
Now, my job, my commission is to perform righteous deeds and to judge righteously. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stand on business. I'm gonna speak the
Mm.
truth, and I'm gonna shout out all the naysayers and evildoers. I'm gonna call them out, and I know who the true enemy is. I know who the notorious they is without mentioning they name.
Yes, sir.
My job
Oh,
is
so
to
you ain't an enemy.
call.
You ain't an enemy to yourself, host.
Oh, I'm not. I
You
can't
you
be.
you you
I
ain't
can't
you
be.
you you
Listen.
ain't you
I'm
ain't your
like
number
this.
one enemy.
I'm like this. Listen. I don't even close my eyes when I pray. That's how deep I'm into it. The Bible says, "Watch and pray. Pray and watch."
Okay. All praises.
I'm looking around the room and I'm seeing who's the enemy
It's
and
like watch,
who's the
fight, and
witch.
pray. Watch,
Who's the
fight,
witch?
and pray. Get ready to fight
Who's the
too.
witch in the room praying against us? I'm watching. Okay, this person is odd. This person's not
Hmm.
secure. I'm watching
Hey,
and praying at the same damn time because
I
I
can dig
know
it.
better. I know the okay. I know things happen when you close your eyes, so I'm not gonna keep my eyes closed.
I can dig it.
So I'm wide awake, and
and it's
I want
good.
our people to be awake. I want our people to know that man, we're gonna have heaven here on earth, but we gotta build it.
Mhm.
I got that
Well, it's
mindset.
already
And it's
built though, host. Go ahead,
but
Miss Fan.
too much. It's interesting that our conversation went that way. It's interesting how that is because we're looking at the physical liberation of our people without actually talking about and actually targeting the spiritual liberation of our people.
Hmm.
Because the spiritual liberation of our people would actually hold it would hold the context and actually hold all of what we're talking about together in one united front, because if you're not well spiritually, you're not going to do well physically,
Physically, yes,
because
ma'am.
when you're torn apart spiritually, and you're conflicted or you're just attacked, then and I think that that's why if you go on pretty much every live on TikTok right now, it's FBA arguing with Africans, or it's Africans talking about FBA, or it's Africans talk. There is no that energy could be utilized in a lot better situation for FBA to sit on one platform and let's get our business straight. We ain't got time to be arguing and giving all of this free energy to all these people who are energy vampires and really basically want to engage us, because see, we next up. Nobody don't want to acknowledge that.
Let me ask you this question: are you gonna argue with a child?
You can't argue with that,
Are
because
you gonna
people want
sit
to
there
argue with
and
what is.
argue with a child about
But
something
Miss
that you
Fanny,
know?
can I ask you this? How
Sir,
can I argue with you if you not relevant? You not the inscription that I see on this
you said,
currency. You
but have
not
you
the
seen? You see all of these rooms, like all of them. Like when we started this room, when too much got on this morning, somebody got into the comments talking about what's the difference? What is this beef between Africans and African Americans? They tried to set it off, but we had a bigger purpose, because we needed to talk about the FBA coin. We needed to talk about securing our tribe. We needed to talk about some things and too much needed to give us more information about the FBA coin. We don't have the time to expend our energies on things that are not going to benefit us. Those days are gone. We have to now concentrate on securing a tribe, and that means that we got to save our children, and we using the blueprint our ancestors left us to be able to move forward through this storm that we're enduring, and we are, by the way, enduring.
can we all
I'm gonna
expound
sit
on
back.
that FBA coin? Because I would like to know, and also I can make this point. It's not an African versus FBA. It's really a Shemite versus Hamite. See, the Hamites are cursed, and don't nobody want to acknowledge that just because we share the same skin complexion. So, mind you, as a cursed individual, you would never be able to relate to a righteous man or woman. So it's not me versus you. It's you having an issue with me. Mind you, you came over here. I was already over here. You trying to
Okay.
be all inclusive with that
And yeah,
misunderstanding.
that spiritual thing. When I passed through one, and what I heard, it disturbed me, because it was one guy saying that the lady said, "Well, do you have this person's name? Do you have anything?" This person was in Africa and one was here. They're transferring information about us back over there so they can sit and try to entrap and put their spiritual warfare tactics of
Mhm.
AKA voodoo, or AKA these other what they call traditional African spiritual. I call it all wickedness,
Witchcraft.
because how are you using wickedness because you didn't win the fight? Now you mad, so you gonna go and you gonna bring the devil in? So
That's
you
what it is.
mad, and so we have to be liberated. Like I can tell you two are liberated, and Ishmael too, because if y'all ever listen to her radio station, Ishmael got a lot of spiritual energy in that. But anyway, so we have to be liberated spiritually, like our ancestors in slavery. There's a video going around about a older guy. He was talking about how him and his ancestors had to go and get into a state of mind where they would sing to be able to make it through picking all that cotton, because he said it hurt the fingers because they had those little buds on the cotton, the little bristles or whatever, it used to hurt. He said, but somebody would start singing, and the whole plantation would start singing. We found ways to hold on to our spiritual health so that we can make it through that struggle. So now we're having to be liberated again because we got comfortable. And so now our spirits must be liberated to be able to carry us through what we're being forced to endure. But we are thriving enough to where we're not standing still, we're moving up. But it's getting hard because we're pushing through that last ceiling, and it's about to break. And so those that are in that particular realm are understanding that there is a changing of the guards. And there is a
Let me say this. Let me say this. Listen, I'm never going to sit there and tell people that things are going to get. I'll say it like this. I'm never going to sit there and tell people that things are going to be perfect. Wherever we are on the earth, we're always going to be hindered in some way, shape, or form. There's always going to be WAR fair practice against our particular group. But we are commissioned to judge righteously and to stand on truth. No other lineage or group of people or ethnic group is commissioned to do what we're commissioned to do. We're commissioned to stand on business, stand on truth. We have been given the code. Nobody else has been given the code. They have a code, but we have been given the code. And our job is to stand and fight and fight and fight and fight and push back the enemy until he goes back into the cave where it came from.
That's what
Our
I'm
job
talking
is
about.
to
Because we
possess.
can't win. Because we tried to work with him, but he ain't trying to be worked with.
Right. Our job is to possess land. I like what he always said. It's already built. The wealth of the wicked is stored up. But listen, it's already ours. This is our land we're on right now. This is America belongs to us, not them.
Absolutely.
The very language that a lot of people don't know, the very language that we've had many different tribal languages before the colonizers came over here, but the very language that we use to speak to one another as a common language, you might call it Swahili if you were in Africa, would be Hebrew. We spoke a dialect of Hebrew here in America, and that's why how we were able to communicate with all the other tribes here. That's how the Moors were able to come over
Come
here
on.
and communicate with us. That's why every conquistador had a traveling Moor with him to interpret the language of the people. There's no way they could. There's no way they could have talked to us without those other black Europeans.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. Nobody really mentions that, but that's exactly right. That's not our English is not our native tongue.
So
It's not our, I mean, we weren't taught anyway. Go ahead.
yeah, we were saying, man, listen, we've always had the keys to the kingdom. We've always had it, and even if we lost it or we can't remember, it's embedded in our DNA. It's in our blood memory. We're having a total recall right now. We're having an awakening We're having a renaissance, and we have to keep the intensity up. We cannot let the intensity die. Now, regarding the FBA coin, the FBA coin is minted already. Like I said, I'm working with a person that's very, very knowledgeable in crypto. We've been able to work the tokenomics out to where it's favorable and beneficial for foundational Black Americans, for our people. Okay, I don't care. Listen, this is our people. Indigenous Black Americans, that's us. Indigenous copper-colored people, that's us. Hebrew Israelites, that's us. The Africans that came over through the slave trade and mixed in with us, that's us.
That's all. These are all the hidden people, all of his hidden children.
That's
We were
us.
hidden everywhere. We were scattered. We were hidden, and now we're not hidden
We are
anymore.
the
He's
original
revealing.
man. We are the
Right.
original man, and we've always been here. And this
Let me say
coin
this right quick.
is
Oh,
going to benefit foundation. It's going to
Hey,
benefit
Uncle
all
Grumpy.
of us. Go ahead, real quick, and I gotta finish it off
Hey, Uncle Grumpy.
because I'm getting ready to
hey,
close
sweetie, how you
everything
doing?
out, y'all. I gotta close everything out because I gotta get to my wife is like we gotta go. But let me
I
let
kind of
me
figured that.
let me just say this real quick before you say let me just finish what I'm saying real quickly. The FBA coin it'll be available in the next 7, 14, 30 days. That's the best number I can give you. We're not trying to rush this thing.
Well, now wait a minute. Now, is it 7, 14, or 30? Now, come on.
Uh, uh, uh,
30. We're
It's
gonna
got to
say
be
30.
it's got to be a soft release first, but
listen.
we want to make sure we get it out proper and right.
We
That's right.
we gotta put everything I gotta do. I gotta do with due diligence and I gotta do with excellence. I can't have that anything. It's in the
That's right.
final. It's in the final testing
There you
phase
go.
to make sure all the bells and whistles and tokenomics work. And once we do that, when we put this thing out, it's going to be the most unique coin on planet Earth. This is going to be the coin that all other coins are going to copy from here on out. That I can
Cool.
tell you. And we're going to be the first one to put it on the market. Foundational Black Americans. This coin, it doesn't matter who holds this coin, if you're a non-FBA or you're an FBA, if you hold this coin, it's going to benefit the foundational Black American community. It's going to benefit all our people. It's going to create generational wealth. We're going to be able to leapfrog and pass groups that thought they passed us up and thought we would never catch up. We're going to be able to catch up, and it's going to be it's designed to keep money circulating in our community. It's designed. Let me say it again. It's designed to keep money circulating in our community, no matter who holds the coin. And that's the key. Whether I hold it, it's benefiting us. Whether I sell it, it's benefiting us. Whether somebody else buys the coin, it's benefiting us. Whether they sell the coin, it's benefiting us. The coin is called FBA coin, FBAC. You can go to fbacoin.org.com and you can get the, not .com, fbacoin.org. Go to fbacoin.org and you'll get all the information. But understand this. Within a matter of days, the website's going to change. I'm going to put the new white paper on the website, and the website is going to change. It's going to be much simpler, much easier to understand. It's not going to be covered with a bunch of information. It's going to be. Hold on.
She wants to take her mind and go through the whole trial.
Hold on.
And see how it's gonna be.
We got somebody in the background.
Brother Rico,
Muted them up.
Brother Rico, mute your mic, baby. Oh, there
Muted
you
them
go.
up. Muted them up. So this thing is phenomenal. And it's the first piece, and it's the centerpiece. It's going to be the centerpiece of the FBA economy, the FBA ecosystem that we're building. See, we have to build it. If we want our people to support it, we have to build it. So that's what we're doing. We're creating a way out, a way of escape, a way of safety for our people in the FBA ecosystem. We're coming out of the enemy's ecosystem and we're coming into our own ecosystem. A decentralized bank that's owned 100% by our people. If you're FBA, you're going to get voting rights. If you can confirm your lineage, guess what? You're going to get up to 18 votes. One person can hold 18 votes. Now, it depends. You have to do steps on how to get all 18 votes. Being a founder, you get a certain amount of votes and a certain amount of privilege. That's going to be without. So if you're one of the first people to hold this special NFT that we're going to be dropping in about a week from now, you're going to be considered a founder, and you're going to get the red carpet rolled out for you. Always and forever. Dinners, meetings, think tanks, access to business opportunities, all the above. Because you're a founder and you believe in the coin first, you're going to get all these privileges that come with it. And you get voting rights. Now, if you go through the genealogy and you prove your lineage that you are a foundational Black American, you get more voting rights. If you're a non-FBA, you get some voting rights, but you're never going to be able to outvote an FBA. So this coin is always going to be in control and empower a foundational Black American, our lineage, because this coin is for our lineage. It's for building up our community. We're gonna be able to give out microloans to businesses, and I'm talking 0 to 1% loans. We're not trying to make money off our people. We're trying to put our people in position so we build, especially if it's going to benefit the FBA ecosystem. We're trying to help you because we need this ecosystem
It's
like
on the
yesterday.
awesome.
We need these businesses
Okay,
like yesterday.
tell her who. Somebody's asking what blockchain is it on?
It's on the Arbitrum One blockchain. It's on there right now. It's on there right now, but you can't purchase it. You can only purchase it through donations, and that donation's about to be gone within 2-3 days. Again, 7-14 to 30 days. Yeah, there's going to be some announcement. Everybody, you need to get on the Telegram. Get on the FBA Coin Telegram, and that's where you're going to get the most up-to-date information about what's going on. You're going to hear me. You're going to hear my boy Crypto Stock Market. We're going to be in there talking almost every day regarding this coin. So if you want to get in on the information of what's going on with this coin and be up to date on a daily basis, just check in with the Telegram. You might hear us on the call. You might hear us typing in on it. Matter of fact, Crypto Market, if you can come up here real quick, brother, and give everybody the Telegram. I just seen you because we about to close out. Let me bring my boy up here.
Well, why he coming? Let Uncle Grumpy go ahead on and say what he got to say.
Cousin, go ahead, and then I'm gonna let Crypto talk after that, and I gotta close this all out. Go ahead, cousin.
Yeah, I just want to say first off, I want to apologize for being late, but I ended up jumping on a panel and tried to enlighten some unenlightened cats as to their false perspectives last night. And I was up a little bit later than I had intended to, so I apologize for that to my family up here. Fanny, love you all very much. I'm sorry I missed you, Fanny, but I was trying to find out when you were going to get your thing jumping. But
I did it, and it came across. You can't really do nothing. You can't bring nobody up until you do 3. So that was number 1. So I got 2 more to do.
I understand. No, it was just wanting, just make sure and show you some love in there.
Thank you.
But I also want to make sure and say to the family, do not forget the new Black media.
Hey.
Professor Black Truth, the Black Authority, Tariq Nasheed, Afro Elite, Torian Rain, Vicky Dillard, Lisa Cabrera, Phil Scott, and a host of other brothers and sisters who are out here making sure that we are rocking and staying and getting on code. The idea is to make sure that we are moving on code. Might there be some missteps along the way? Yes, that probably will happen. But it does not mean that we are off code. We are going to make sure and keep our focus on our issues. There will be no more, but what about? What does this? But what do you think about that group? What is this? How do you feel if they say none
Mm-mm.
of that? None of that
Mm-mm.
has any viable footing anywhere in our FBA thing. And I just want to make sure that we keep that going and keep it all moving in the proper direction. And again, what's up, Dr. No? What's up, Crypto? Just want to make sure and let everybody know and get that in and say peace to y'all. But like too much, I kind of got to get out of here too. So let's get into this and
Thank
get this
you.
thing popping.
All right. All right.
All right.
We're gonna go to crypto, and then we're gonna go to Dr. No Job. Go ahead, crypto.
Yo, I didn't hear what you was saying. I just popped in.
Okay. I was just going. Somebody asked me about the coin. I was going over the coin and where we're at working with it. How in about 2 days the website's going to be changed, and just over the things that we've been working on with the coin, and tell them about the Telegram. How we're all going to the Telegram. That's where you're going to get the most up to date information about the FBA coin. You hear myself. You hear crypto. You hear many other people in there talking about and giving you information about the coin. In the next 7, 14, 30 days, the coin will be available. We're going to do
All right.
a pre-sale of NFTs. The range is going to be anywhere from $50 all the way up to $500. $50 minimum, $500 maximum. The NFTs are going to be free, but you're going to get coins. So you're going to get if you put in at $50, you're going to get $50 worth of coins. If you put in at $100, you're going to get $100 worth of coins. If you're going to put in $300, you're going to get $300 worth of coins. But with that, you get a NFT. This NFT is going to give you special rights and special privileges within the FBA coin community. You are going to be considered a founder, and you're going to get the red carpet rolled out for you. You're going to get special treatment more than anybody else. You'll get extra voting rights, which is important when it comes to when we install the DAO governance. When we install that, it's important. You want those voting rights. You want to be able to vote on what we're going to do with the treasury and how we're going to spend it to build the Black community. So go ahead, crypto. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, there's a lot that we have been working on, and especially when it comes to the economy. And what we're gonna do is attach a lot of our brothers and sisters' businesses to it. So a lot there. I mean, it's been a lot of people working on trying to build an economy for a long time, and I think this is the best way for us to do it because it's a good way for us to keep the Black dollars in house. Like as long as we're using this system, all the Black dollars will always stay in house. But as we work on it, what we're trying to do is get everybody gathered together in one place, and it's just better to even discuss family business instead of discussing it on TikTok or X. It's just a way for us to be able to just discuss family business. So if anybody want the TG, look like most people up here I know is family. But if you following me or if you're not following me, go ahead and follow me.
Follow crypto, please. Follow crypto stock.
But
Okay.
I'll send over I'll send you the TG. Just send me a request for it. I'll send it right to you.
I
I
think
got a
I already
question, brother, if
follow.
I
I think
could.
I already follow him.
Yeah,
Crypto stock
You got a
markets.
question by Prince wants to ask you a question.
Hey, what's going on, crypto? How you doing, my man?
what's good, brother?
So ultimately, you saying that y'all going to actually bring forth your own inscription, correct?
Our own what?
Inscription, the coin, your own representation with this in this currency world, I suppose. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
a coin.
it's a
Yeah.
coin. So I noticed my man that's in the office right now. He's got his own coin, correct?
Sure did.
Yeah, he do.
Okay, all praises. So if you notice, because it's a power move for minds to elevate this individual and present him as what they want him to be is their savior. So it ultimately, I see the collapse of this current system kind of going toward a forceful. Because if you notice what's going on with these, these control movements, it seems like they're staging a situation to make this individual. How can I put this? Kind of like what happened over with my man over with the small hat folk. The guy hit,
Yeah.
It's like a forced situation, and they setting up camp right now. They're setting up shop. It seems like, um,
Well, we
and I
setting
didn't
up
know it was
shop too.
possible, ma'am.
We setting up shop too. That's what we doing. We doing the same thing. I know where you're going with this. We're doing the same thing, actually, but we're not gonna declare him as God.
No, ma'am, not even a little bit. So with my name, like I said, with my identity, my nation documented, which supersedes their so-called system. Mind you, they don't even honor their so-called constitution because they know it's not organic to the land. So we get to talk about international because you got to be recognized international, correct? With regards to this
I
so-called de
think
facto.
that's what crypto. I think that's what crypto was saying.
Hmm.
He was saying that you got to connect. Go ahead and say it again, crypto. You got to put it together where you connect the community. Go ahead, crypto. He was
I'm
saying
gonna
it.
let the brother finish where he going with it, and then I'll answer his question. Which
So I've been on this, mind you, bro. I ain't never shared this. I talk periodically to folk. They keep talking about the problem. I'm like, but the solution is taking the weapon away from him and her that is afflicting you, which is their currency.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, for y'all to be addressing this is surreal for me because ultimately, I've already laid the foundation with regards. Mind you, we already, let me say, have an identity that's documented. I don't use the Bible for religious purposes. The Bible is a birth certificate, it's a nationality. It means it's an identity that actually holds authority in all jurisdictions. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, for you to be at this platform, to be on this mission already speaks volumes. Like for myself in this situation, I'm down here in Louisville, Kentucky, same place where Mr. Ali, we actually graduated from the same high school. Of course, not in the same time, but we actually are from the same neighborhood, 2 streets over, birth 2 streets over. I represent the family of Isaac. And obviously, to me, for what you see, he represents the nation of Israel. I mean, the family of Ishmael. So what we see down here in Louisville, in Kentucky, man, they've unalived me, what you call civil mortis on paper. They didn't honor my name change, even though I have a social and ID that I communicate. We was talking about contracting. Well, they didn't honor their so-called contract, so I got to go back to the Social Security Administration today, supposedly. And I typically don't tell my movement, but I really, me spiritual, I really don't care, but I do care with regards to how, the fallout looks spiritually with dealing with this flesh. But for you to be at this position, man, I would really love to tap in because I do believe, like I said, Adam's first, not gifts, his first benefits was his neighbors before his wife. If you read Genesis 2 properly, Adam was told to interact with all the males of the garden before he was given a woman to actually reproduce with. And she was the ultimate help with that man. But also, to sustain his what you called his immortality, he was given the benefits of his neighbors, which had all the gifts, the understanding of life, society. You get what I'm saying? So I do embrace these conversations on a different level, and I commend you also, host Miss Fanny, and most certainly Miss Ishmael. I don't know the other individuals, but I've heard Miss Ishmael, and like
What,
I
you don't
said,
know Dr. No Job? What you say you don't know Dr. No Job? Where you been? What's
no,
going
ma'am,
on with
I don't
you?
know everybody on TikTok.
Oh man. What?
He hurt my feelings
That's
with
a
that.
My
force in
bad,
the
brother. My
He hurt
universe.
bad,
my
brother.
feelings.
Hey, my bad,
That's a
brother.
force in the universe.
He hurt my
When I
feelings.
first
Hey,
started doing live, I had people coming in my room. They thought I was Dr. No Job. And I'm like, you don't read that this says too much? It says too much, not Dr. No Job. You
He the
Dr. No Job,
blueprint.
I saw you on the live, and I'm like, man, if you don't get out of here. And then when I finally seen who Dr. No Job was, I was like, oh, this is a thorough brother, man. Y'all can't talk about this brother
Thank
like
you.
that.
Man, Dr. No Job
Outrage.
set them on fire and them people leave with
They used
smoke
to
behind
come
them
in
and
my
then they try
room
to
talking
come and
about,
try to get
you
somebody to
Dr.
put
No
that
Job.
fire.
And I heard you on, I said, man, listen, man, we don't even look alike.
Right.
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 How can I be
We have
Dr.
this.
No Job?
We have the same ideology, but we don't look alike. What's
I
up,
was like,
Israel? Thanks for the
these
gift.
people
Hi,
is
Dr. No
crazy.
Job.
Israel, one of my, lovely queens right there. Another warrior that we out there, with the sword swinging left and right. With the Israel don't bring receipts; she bring invoices, which I love.
Come on.
All
I love
praises.
it.
Man,
Come
what?
on.
hey,
I
that's
Come
love
on.
facts, big
What?
facts right there.
All
That is
praises. All
all
praises.
facts.
All praises.
Yes.
Yeah, we tangible. I mean, we mind you, I talked with a form of what you call dominion and authority. We're not asking, we're telling our version of life. And that's the only thing that is acceptable with the spirit. The spirit has never made us inferior to the flesh. And us being in the spirit, having the spirit within our vessels, are what you call those angels, those divine men and women that you've seen go down into Sodom and Gomorrah, that actually brought forth justice in a time of an affliction. So we're not misunderstood or misled as into this environment, our time frame, nor or of ourselves. So what I see is a lot of
Absolutely.
assertion with regards to your posterity, as into what was given to you from the beginning of the foundation of the earth, being of the soil and being of the Creator.
Absolutely. And Dr. No Job, we got a FBA coin. We got a coin coming. That's what we're listening to right now. We're gonna listen to crypto, but listen, we want you to promote it. But when you get time, to get more information. Mr. Crypto, that's somebody that we want you to go through because he's got a large following and it's a lot of FBAs on there. But anyway, go ahead, Mr. Crypto.
Hey, yeah.
I gotta get your phone
It's
number. Yeah, I gotta get your phone number so we can talk. Because a lot of stuff that I want to say to y'all gotta be between us and not on TikTok. You know that. So I gotta.
yeah, and that's
Okay,
another
we're
reason.
gonna holler.
That's another reason why we want to go in house, bring everybody together a different way. But yeah, Prince, as far as internationally, that's definitely the move that we're gonna make. I mean, for everybody, this coin is gonna be one of those things where it's like if you don't hold the coin or you're not part of the coin, that means you just ain't part of the movement. That's what this is truly gonna turn into. Internationally, if you're not a part of this, you're not a part of us. We ain't gonna have to go through all that type of boycotts and all that. It's just gonna be family business. This is what we doing. This is who we supporting. So that's how we're gonna be moving 2025 going forward. Is everything is just gonna be in house. If you even to the white tea people, you say you was a part of history that didn't do wrong or want. If you want to support the black economy, hey, you got to put black dollars inside the black economy. That's how you'll know who is at least attempting to support in some kind of way. But and all our dollars is going to circulate amongst each other. Once they come in, it's just going to stay amongst each other. Everybody, all the small businesses, as far as the people who make T-shirts, music, whatever, once they attach to the coin, that's how we just going to separate. Not separate. That's how we're going to share our dollars. So it'll be staying in the economy. And as we grow, continue to grow, it just get bigger and better. And what we need is more brains together, because it's a lot. So it's a lot of technical stuff. It's a lot of like media. We really need the media, but we're gonna have to support the media. So we need to come together and figure out how we gonna support our media. As far as teaching, that's the most important thing to me. As far as education, I think that's the way. But we got to figure out how we gonna pay our teachers.
All praises. I would, if I could, when we get to thinking about how they communicate, right? They force themselves into other jurisdictions unmerited without without actual lawful entry. So for me, being that my nationality is documented, lines with the Creator, has no limitations. When you go inside Haiti with the iridium, you go inside Africa with the gold, with uranium and all the above. When you can go inside these places.
Take over real quick. Sorry about that. Fanny and Cousin, go ahead and take over real quick.
Okay, I got it. Go ahead, Prince.
When you can go inside these establishments, inside these jurisdictions, and pull out their natural reserves and use them for a righteous cause, that's when you understand. That's when you've assimilated to the top. The currency, the inscription, most certainly is a tangible source to be able to trade between one another. But we're talking about ultimate resources. You get what I'm saying? Like the essentials, the minerals of earth that are divine, that are actually owned by the Creator. Imagine when you see the heir, which is Israel, when you read the scriptures properly, Israel is the heir. When you go on my page, you will see that so-called Europeans call the Antichrist, which is Israel, which is the father of the Israelites. Most certainly, no real father is going to sanction unaliving by his neighbor of his children, of his child. You look at Abraham. Abraham took his son up himself. He didn't let his neighbors do it. So when they get to walk around talking about this sacrifice to this so-called nation of Israel by the way of this New Testament misunderstanding, you have to understand the Antichrist is Israel, which is the Lord in the flesh and in the spirit. So for me, they in 2021, these people host a so-called special meeting with regards to this individual that they said has more power, more wealth than all the nations combined. And ultimately, that's the Lord, because he's the one entitled to the things that you see up under the sun, as well as his children. So
Okay,
being the
Prince,
children of God.
Prince, let me say something before you go there. Let me say this. So
Yes,
what
ma'am.
you're just saying is FBA is moving in tandem with the times, and because we're moving the way we're moving based and really much changing with the times. We are moving with the times in tandem with each other, but we're moving in step with the time. Other people watching this ascension is assigning us a divinity that comes with the ascension. So this FBA coin is one of the products, the fruits of that ascension. And so then the assignment, I hear what you're saying and where you're going with this. The assignment of divinity, we don't have that. We're not God, but what the assignment of the divinity and with the actions being taken to certify our position in the movements that we make in this society and actually in the world, because we are expected to rise to the occasions that we are expected to rise to. Then what you're saying is that missing part to where we're trying to go. But what crypto is doing is actually certifying our position in our ascension. I don't know if any of that made sense to you, but
Oh, yes, ma'am.
as we ascend, we are going to have to grow and look like what we already are. So what you're saying is that we already are. We just got to put the pieces back together to let other people know that we know who we are. And I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
that the creation of this coin and the support we have to give it, then will assign uh, it will certify our position, and we're going to actually be put to where we are supposed to be, because the word says that God had ordained his people to be priests in this land. And I see that we're going in that area, in that direction. So all I'm saying is that now that we have a coin, now that we have something that we can say, hey, we know who we are, and this is how we're going to thrive. This is how we're going to take care of ourselves. This is where we're going. This is where we're headed. This is it. You know, when we take, again, I'll say, you can't liberate a people physically and not liberate that same people spiritually. You
Yes,
know,
ma'am.
and I hope that what you're saying, uh, people will embrace, because I'm hoping that we can take all them words you just used, because you got a lot of words, and we want to put them all we want to put them all
Yes,
in
ma'am.
there. We want to put it all in there. We want it to all be in there, because that's where the power lay. You got a lot of power in your words, a lot of power in your speaking, a lot of power that you're assigning to the mission. And so thank you. I'm just, whew, my head is, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Most certainly.
Go
It's just a
ahead,
spirit.
crypto. Let's let
Just so
crypto.
everybody know,
Let's let crypto tell us what this is, because crypto keep trying. Go
uh,
ahead.
the truth behind it, we just getting all our brothers and sisters together. That's all, and we just trying to get a place where we can be on code and on chain. You know,
Mhm.
that's just the principles behind it. It's gonna be religious taste. Everybody gonna feel this and that way. We got gender wars and all of that stuff going on right now. We just trying to get our people together so we can be so we
Right
can
on.
have a voice.
Absolutely.
That's what
Right
we're
on.
trying to do. Ishmael, why you up here? I don't never get a
Karen.
chance. I don't ever get a chance to talk to you, but I love you, especially with what you put out. Like I always listen to it. You had brought up something in a live, and you were speaking about the slavery that happened in the Caribbeans, and you said it was a difference between theirs and ours. It was something that you called it that. Some when they changed slavery over that they called their slaves or some I couldn't remember the name of what you had said it was called, but I wanted to look into that.
Um, yes, I was referring to when when the British called themselves outlawing slavery. Um, they it was for them it was the end of chattel slavery, taking people from the African continent, bringing them to places like Britain, the Caribbean, and Brazil. But all they did was simply just change it in name. They didn't change it in practice. So they would call them indentured servants as opposed to slaves. And then in addition to that, they would also take what was called contraband slaves, meaning that these were people who were in fact slaves, who were considered to be contraband. But once they arrived, on British land, they were considered indentured servants. And this is what differentiates, this is one of the distinctions between us and, say, slavery in the Caribbean, because we didn't have access to contraband slaves. And so a lot of the labor force grew through forced breeding, seasoning plantations, the eras like the fancy trade, which is where they were actually breeding mulatto children, selling them to brothels, selling them to as seamstresses, shoe shiners, and for other things as well. They actually had balls here in the United States called octoroon and quadroon balls, where they would take these children to sell them to various YT people, YT women and men. And you had YT women as well. A lot of people think that partus sequitur ventrum, which means offspring follows belly. They think that it didn't affect black men, but it did, because you actually had YT women who would copulate with enslaved black men and then get pregnant and sell those offspring to these brothels and to these octoroon balls. And so that's a peak differentiation between slavery here in the United States and slavery in the Caribbean.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Contraband slaves. That's what you had said. I couldn't remember after I heard you talk about it. I was trying to look it up, but yeah, that's what it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
And I'm about to get ready and step down, but for everyone, once you get the TG, remember, we need your ideas. We need your love. We need to help support. It's going to be very important in the very beginning to become a founder. All the founders will be given extra treatment. We're going to roll out the red carpet. That's the intentions behind everything. So voting rights, you will get extra voting rights. Investment opportunities, you will get all investment opportunities will come to you first. Anything new and everything is just, we're going to look out for our founders first. Eventually everything will be lineage based, so even when it comes to voting, of course we want everything to stay FBA. We want FBA to control and be decision. We don't want it to where other nationalities, other races, other ethnicities, we don't want them to be able to gain power of the FBA coin because they got more numbers or more money. So we're setting it up to where that can never happen. We don't want it to be dominated by one person. So that's what we're going to make sure we have a DAO set up. We're going to make sure that the people have a say-so in a DAO. So all of this structuring and everything is very important. So we're going to need our voices, our brains. We got to come together. So any ideas, anything that you're thinking or you want, like, just come to the Telegram and speak up.
Just know that the earlier you get in, the greater your benefit.
Yeah.
Not going to necessarily say, but I'm going to say it like they would at the club. If you get in by 10, you get in free. Well, it ain't necessarily going to be free, but you get up in here early, you get the best benefits. And that's what this is stating right now.
Yes.
I want to make sure, and again, thank you all for coming through and rocking with Too Much and the family. We appreciate you all. And never forget that we going to be the pinnacle of everything that we do. With every step that you take, you walk with the authority and the power of the Most High. And with every step you take, they see that power and authority, and they just can't take it. So I want to make sure and encourage my brothers and sisters to stay positive, stay upright, stay knowing and believing that you are blessed of the Most High. Now, I'm not sure how much, where you at too much, because like I said, I got to get out of here myself. I know Crypto said he got to go. Ish, we love you so much, my beautiful sister. So never forget, family, we are in this thing to be in this thing. We are the alphas and the omegas in this situation. So
All praises, brother. All praises.
All right, well said, well said. Listen, y'all, I gotta go. I appreciate everybody coming to live. I will be doing my lives regularly again. I just had to get some things done. I've been working for the people, crypto, working for the people. We're doing some phenomenal things, and I need everybody to join the Telegram. So send myself or send Crypto a message. Follow Crypto. Make sure you get in on the Telegram so you get in on the conversation so you know what's going on. More things to discuss throughout the week, y'all. Just stay tuned. We got some big things cooking. We FBA Music Award. All those who volunteer for that, we need about 2 more. We need to fill about 2 more slots. We're gonna wait till about August 30th to really start and ramp up. But be expecting an email from me shortly regarding the FBA Music Awards. We're putting together that committee. It's gonna be phenomenal. Whoever's in the committee, y'all are gonna run the show. Okay, I'm just gonna oversee, check in. Make sure, y'all give me updates on what I need to tell the people of what's going on. But we're putting this thing together, and it's going to be phenomenal. With that being said, family, peace, love, reparations, and the blockchain. Take care, everybody.
All praises.